Good evening, and welcome to the Doom City of Granitegard here at the Guardtower Presents. This is a live play fantasy adventure that we do here every Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we post our episodes on YouTube. Action, huge, yes, I got you. We'll definitely get to that. Sorry about that. So again, if you missed any of our previous episodes, you can certainly catch up on those by visiting us on the Guardtower's YouTube channel. And the easiest way to do that, most convenient way, is to go visit our Linktr.ee page, and that is linktr.ee/dcog. Again, that is linktr.ee/dcog.
But say it backwards.
I can definitely not say that backwards. I almost didn't say it right forward, so let's not push that. You can find the rest of our social media outlets there, like Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and the Guardtower's Twitch links on that as well. So definitely stop by and visit it, handy in one spot. Next week, we will not be doing our regular stream. We will be doing a how to play session. And any of those that caught the first one there, it was a real fun time that our players and our producer had. And we're going to be continuing and picking up from there. And our how to plays are starting off with some very low-level DM and player information to help get people into the game. I know that there are a lot of us out there that are very interested in starting up for the first time, so it's really nice to have a little guide to help you with that. But super important, and I'm going to have Roger correct me where I make mistakes on this, but our producer is very happy to announce that there's going to be a bit of a contest after the end of the how to play that they do. And you'll have to watch both episodes and then go onto our Discord to get the email link to email us your answers to the questions that we're going to have. If you do so, it's going to put you in a drawing, and we're going to pick 3 individuals at random that are in the drawing to receive a free copy of the player's handbook. So if you don't have that and would like to add that to your repertoire, definitely pay attention to that, watch that. You know, nothing like free. Free, yep, yes, there we go. Free is a wonderful thing. Let you all know that we are going to be at Origins this year, and Origins is running from June 21st through the 25th at the Columbus Convention Center. You can find links to this in our Discord, as well as we'll have them posted up tonight on the chat channel here on the side of our stream. It's probably the easiest way. I am going to give you a web address here in a moment, but it's a lot of blah, blah, blah. But we're going to be in room A120, which is located on the lower level there, right across from Exhibit Hall A, so that's super duper easy, right by the escalators. We are hosting several different events, but most importantly, the 2 big things that we're doing is on Friday and Saturday. Friday at 2 p.m., we are doing a beginner level DM seminar, and that is going to cover a lot of tips and tricks to getting started playing various games. And for those new to running a game, it is certainly nice to have a little bit of advice on how to get you from here to there. I know most of us had to do a lot of trial and error, so any advice that we can get is certainly a solid thing on that.
Mostly error.
Yeah. Even when we do
That's
things
how we
right,
learn.
it's still a whole lot of
That's
error.
how we learn.
At 5 p.m., we're going to be doing a more advanced level DM one, and that's called Honing Your Skills. And we're going to cover a lot more advanced topics and things that more experienced game masters are. Actually, we got, I think, somewhere close to, what is it, about 85 years worth of game master experience sitting in one place. So that either means we have a whole lot of DMs with experience, or 1 or 2 that is really old.
We use the term seasoned.
Right.
Yes. Seasoned, like dried out meat.
But you
anyway,
Like
These-
beef jerky, man, seasoned.
Callback.
The advanced techniques that we're going to be talking about, it's just us practicing rolling fake dice, and then it's like, oh. And then moving on to the next thing.
the best thing you can do is roll a real die and be like, huh.
And you just drop it
Especially when
go.
players are talking and you drop that, it's a great thing for them. So anyway, I
Little
digress.
freebie for those at home. Just
Saturday
what was their
evening,
passive perception? Don't worry about it.
Saturday evening the 24th is our most important night that we've got there. We have at 4 p.m. a meet and greet. You can come out and visit the cast, talk to us about the Doom City of Granitegard. We're going to be making several different announcements, running some contests as well. And we're going to be talking about our plans for Season 2, so you all might be interested in that. And then at 6 p.m., we are doing a live play of the Doom City of Granitegard there that is going to be recorded and streamed on Sunday night, which means that you get to be part of the action. So that's kind of fun. You can laugh at our mistakes, have a good time with the adventure, point out things that we do wrong. It should be a fantastic evening there. Now, as far as getting your tickets, well, the tickets are free. And if it's free, you can't beat that, as we discussed earlier on. What you want to do is go to tabletop.events/conventions/game-fair-2023. Oh my goodness. And you can buy your badges there. No, the oh my goodness isn't part of it. That is just a whole lot to say. If only we had a graphic for that. Yes.
Right here.
Yes. But we're not
Click
that.
this
You know, one of these days.
If you can't remember that, just ask us on the Discord.
Yes, ask us on the Discord. Shoot us a DM on that, and we'll be glad to give you that information and give you links over there. But yes, it should be a fantastic time. So please do come out and see us. And we are going to, again, make an announcement for a huge contest that we are going to be running. So you don't want to miss out on that. Kind of give you a head start on everybody else. And tonight, actually, I wanted to do a little bit of a side conversation here with you. We are running currently a fantasy game, obviously, a fantasy live play, which is probably one of the most popular gaming systems that's out there right now as far as things go. We have a lot of people we run into that only run 5e or maybe Pathfinder, but again, fantasy seems to be one of the larger ones. But I wanted to kind of talk a little bit tonight about the other tabletop games that are out there, some of the ones that I've enjoyed over the years, and what's kind of neat is some of them have dropped out brand new revamps of their systems, and I know Adam likes my first one I'm going to talk about here, and that is Call of Cthulhu. This is an absolutely fantastic game of eldritch horror, and one of the great things about that is you can watch your friends go completely insane and die at the hands of abominations that they can't even describe. What could be more fun?
If you do it right, they thank you afterwards.
That's exactly right. Kind of moving along that same field, we have Shadowrun, and this is another system that's been out for quite a long time. I used to enjoy it back in the day myself. It is absolutely amazing. It is a mesh of a cyberpunk dystopian future with magic involved in it, and it is just unlike a lot of other systems that you've ever done. So I definitely suggest taking a peek at that. And speaking of cyberpunk, one of my personal favorites, our Calceran Games has just released the Cyberpunk Red version, and that is an update to the rules. And Cyberpunk, again, is an amazing dystopian neon future of chrome and blood, where you are raging against the corporations, and it's just a blast. So definitely check these games out, give them a chance. I would say Cyberpunk kind of reminds me of Johnny Mnemonic meets Big Trouble. Oh, no, sorry. Actually, Shadowrun is like Johnny Mnemonic meets. Oh, I messed that up. Oops, let's drive on. Anyway.
Gonna meet somebody.
It's nice. You got a script. You can
It
still
reminds
make
you of
mistakes.
things.
Anyway, I do think that covers pretty much most of what we're going to talk about. Any of the games that we talked about this evening that you might be interested in, swing by the Guardtower East or West location. You can check those out and any host of other games that are available, or visit the Guardtower online at theguardtower.com. Stop by your local hobby shop and give them a chance. And again, Roger, is there any other news that I missed this evening? Because I can't apparently stick to
This
this.
is very clean, very good.
Oh, very
Don't
clean?
think
Oh,
otherwise.
fantastic, yeah. So we're going to dodge reality there, and I guess it's time to ask who wants to roll some dice.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, yes. Yes, please.
We're going to jump over to our intro, and when we get back, we'll do a brief recap and get into the gameplay this evening. Thank you.
The gavel! We didn't get a gavel!
Once the seat of economic and political power in the Northern Territories, the city of Granitegard fell in one catastrophic moment of terror and bloodshed. In the quiet hours of the night, the massive granite mesa that served as the city's namesake exploded violently, the debris reducing entire swaths of the city to ruin. Before the inhabitants could even comprehend what had happened, they were blindsided by an army of monstrosities surging from the sewers and into the city streets. The militia valiantly attempted to protect the fleeing citizens, but their efforts were futile against the overwhelming tide of bloodthirsty creatures. And in the midst of the chaos, the city gates slammed shut, turning Granitegard into a death trap for anyone that remained behind the high, fortified walls that had been meant to protect them. For over a decade, it has stood as silent as a tomb, and shrouded in a perpetual mist. No one has entered, and nothing human has ever come out. That is, until now. 12 years to the day since the fall of Granitegard, the Trader's Gate has opened. The news has spread like wildfire across the human crescent. And like a siren's call, fortune hunters from far and wide have been drawn by the possibility of untold riches lying just inside the city walls. Daring the foolish and the brave to risk it all at a chance of wealth beyond their wildest dreams. It has also stirred the interest of old rivals, with no one from the original bloodline to claim the mantle of leadership of Granitegard, plans are forming in the dark. Powerful forces seek to play their games of state, as the lives of everyone in the north hangs in the balance. And in the midst of this hall, 6 strangers have been drawn to Granitegard by something other than riches or power. Their destiny is tied to the events surrounding the fall of the city. Each of them must confront the past in order to find a way forward. Each of them must search for answers in the doomed city of Granitegard.
Secrets are not known. Oh,
Don't
hey,
say
welcome
me.
back. Again, we're going to start with a quick recap here, then jump into the fun this evening. So returning from the various chambers, below the streets of the shambles, our brave adventurers have spent a few days recuperating in the safety of Newtown. During this downtime, Katya, the mother of one of the children that they had rescued from the goblins, told the party about a secret entrance into Granitegard, located in the Garrison Tower, following a hidden pathway along the ridgeline. While the party was preparing to go out to do this, a desperate messenger arrived from the lumber mill announcing that a dragon had attacked many of the lumbermen working there. Hesitant to believe this poor individual's outlandish claims, the party did go out to see what was happening, although as far as they knew, dragons had not been spotted in the area since before the time of the elves. And after listening to the desperate lumbermen's stories about what they had discovered, the party set off to investigate what had happened. During the course of this, they found a wagon that had been hidden off the edge of the forest by a rise, and the wagon itself seemed to be what must have been transporting this creature to the area. And unfortunately, they also discovered a farmstead that seemed to have succumbed to the creature's immense appetite and need to feed, and none of the people had survived at the homestead. Our party followed the tracks and discovered a creature basking in the sun in a clearing with a very engorged belly. It turned out to be a basilisk, which they ended up engaging and taking out. Upon examining the creature, they discovered that apparently it had been manacled and starved, as well as surgery performed on it to weaken the creature and make it blind. Heading back to the lumber mill, they revealed to the head lumber mill guy that foreman, try that word one more time.
Guy.
Yes, the lumber mill guy. The
With
foreman,
his stack of flapjacks.
no flapjacks. That they had defeated the basilisk, but just as they were about to finish their discussion, trumpets sounded over by Newtown, and the party went over to see what was happening following the crowd of lumbermen that had been moving that direction. They were swept up in the crowd and drawn into the city of Newtown as a column of soldiers had arrived from the Concordance. Well, as they were arriving at the Great House, a wagon came up to the front, and King George stepped out and delivered a speech to the citizens of Newtown, promising a bright future and the retaking of Granitegard. With his inspiring words and some coin promised to all the citizens, he very quickly swept the crowd up in a fever, and they all were cheering for George at the end. Our party decided this was not for them and kind of was backing away, and they noticed that there was a couple of individuals that had not been caught up in this excitement for King George. They saw Zilda, the owner of the Red Valerian, her husband, Little Tom, who runs the Black Shop, and the father-in-law, Big Tom, who also works at the Red Valerian with Zilda, and they informed Echo that they weren't interested in what they called dirty money. While the party began to mull this over, a young man approached them, letting them know that Lord Erindale was seeking their presence at his estate. And this is where we pick up this evening. So Javin is standing there in front of you, and you can see again his attire is very stately. He is very, very nicely dressed, even has the Erindale state symbol on the breast of his jacket, and he is very formal as he speaks to you. And Lord Erindale has dispatched me to escort you to his estate. My lord has a matter of utmost importance that he needs to discuss with you. Would you please accompany me?
How can we say no?
We can't say no.
Exactly.
Yeah. Say the word no.
No.
It's
No to no. No. No.
Yes.
Yes, okay, very good. I do believe that we need to move this way. Come with me, please. And
Do we have everyone?
I'm still disguised as a pulled farmer. I'm
Nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
noticeably quiet now, tagging along with them though.
Do we have, and I went back and had gotten Skeech, right? Yes. Okay. I think. Yeah.
Skeech is now at the very far back of the line. He was kind of towards the front.
That's
But
someone's
for whatever
child.
reason, as the line has gotten longer, Skeech has suddenly been pushed further and further back along the line. Right now, he's growling at some old lady.
Oh, excellent. I'm just going to go grab our intern. I'll be right back, and then I'm going to go get Skeech. Yep. Skeech, come right this way. We'll get our coins later.
Can I roll to see if I know who this poor farmer is that's following us?
Well, Damien, sorry.
We're on form.
It's me, Trevor.
Oh god. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep going.
Ignoring the dirt farmer,
So I guess I'll turn around. And I'll look at Anna and be like,
No, it's me, Crisp.
That's right. I'm so sorry, Crisp. Come right this way. Yes. We'll be back for the gold.
But they took my spot.
That's true, and that was very poor form. And then, remembering that I'm trying to also keep a low profile, and immediately be quiet. And
oh, I'll be escorted off, but I'll give one more sneer growl to the old lady.
all right, you let her know your displeasure there. So, following Javin, you all go around the inner ring of Newtown and get away from the Great House and the Grievesman's office, and you're turning down the first street that you all come to. And again, this area takes you to the district where there are much more prestigious homes and estates. Over here, gone are the modest dwellings of the wattle and daub that you had seen before. And again, there are some walled estates around here. Now, these aren't like huge stone walls or things along those lines. There's a short wall and then a little bit of wrought iron maybe, or some larger picket-style fences that are definitely very expensive to put up. Nicely manicured lawns, that sort of thing. And as you come around to an L-shaped bend in this road, you can see where the Erindale estate is, and it's set off to the back. There is a large reinforced wall all around the estate, very much like it was back in the day. You can see where the Brightmare stables sit, and Quinn & Sons Cartwright is located just off of that. Right now, the estate seems to be, surprisingly, still very active. They appear not to have gone out to see what all the trumpet and the fanfare is. You can see there are several people that are still working and doing their things at the manor itself. The manor is a 3-story building. It's shaped like an L, and it is made of granite block and has a red slate roof. And those of you over there that had that note earlier, you're more than welcome to open them up now as I'm talking, because that's some prior information that you all would have had. The number of windows in the building is actually relatively surprising, especially for a building up here in the north. And it is decorated with a lot of stained glass that you can see. The grounds of the property are very well manicured, and the landscaping is very tastefully done. Mostly it is native bushes and plants that are decoratively arranged in very complementary blocks around the property. Javin takes you up to the front door and raps with a knocker. And after a moment, there's a sound of very heavy locks disengaging on the door, and a clunk as it kind of swings open to reveal a very serious-looking man in his 50s, dressed in very fine robes. His silver hair is cut short and slicked back, and his keen eyes begin to size up the group as he looks around at you. And Javin's like, Stuart Creedy, these are the ones that Lord Erindale asked me to fetch, sir. And Javin steps aside and shows it to you. Creedy looks at you all. Truly. And he steps back and again kind of adjusts his hair a bit. All right, why don't you step in? You're not rather exactly what I expected, but I don't know quite what I expected in the first place there, but would you kindly come in?
we go inside, or I go inside, yes.
Stepping into the foyer area, closes the door. You can see the foyer is heavy timbers as far as the outline of the structure itself goes. The whole building appears to have been built by very large, heavy timbers, but the walls themselves have nice plaster on them, and there is decorative art. You can see attached to the wall itself, every now and then there's a nook as you look down that main hall with some statues and some other decorum along that. Very, very nicely done and very pleasant to look at. Doesn't seem too overly fancy, but you can tell every one of them is certainly a pricey bit of artwork and decor. He says, all right, well, I guess we're not supposed to dawdle here so much. So do me a favor. Would you kindly wipe your feet on the mat here? And that way we don't get any dirt or dust. It's a pain to keep these floors clean. As he points down and looks at them, you can see polished marble along the floors themselves. And Jack, do me a favor. Go let Lord Erindale know that his guests are here. And for the rest of you, after you've wiped your feet, come this way, please.
Very well.
Lead you all down the hall and pass through this. As you pass through the main hallway, you can see a set of stairs. That's a double set that leads up to the upstairs itself. There's a chandelier that hangs from the ceiling, very fine-looking crystal. There is a library that sits off to your left, and just past that, you can see there it looks to be a smoking room. And onto your right-hand side, you can see that it must be a dining room for guests, just the way it is laid out and set. Currently, there's no silver or things like that on it. There's a nice long table, assuming it must be made out of some really nice cedar. Further along, as you move, he takes you to a set of stairs, and that leads you down, about halfway down to another level, and that opens up into a doorway area. And he pulls the door open. He says, "Inside, please. Let's go."
Of course.
Into the study, you all step in, and there are no windows in the study. It's the first thing that you notice as you all begin to step in. It is nothing but basically bookshelves that line all the walls all the way around. There is another door at the other side. There is a fine mahogany desk off to one side, very plush-looking leather chair. You can see a refreshment stand is set up just to the edge of the desk, and there appear to be multiple decanters and glasses that are set up. Looking along the walls, again, the bookshelves, there are tons and tons of different books of all ranges of topics that are available on there. You can also see that there are items from all over the place. There is definitely a compass set that looks like it is from the Spice Coast, very distinctive to the ones the sailors use there. You can see that there is a helmet from one of the Middle Kingdoms, given the plumage and the crest that's on it as well. There are some other small knickknacks and art pieces here and there that are, again, tucked up into the shelves. He says, he's like, there are plenty of seats in here, and just give the Lord a few moments. He is tidying up on some things, and he'll be down to speak with you here in a few moments. Would there be any refreshments outside of what you see here that I could bring you?
No, I'm good.
I'm
No,
fine as well.
Thank you.
That will be enough. Thank you, sir.
No sandwiches or fruit or anything?
No, I haven't much the appetite.
You can see he gives the Reverend up and down with a very disapproving look on his face, and steps back out. Right, very good. And the Lord will be with you here shortly. And
I'm just making a beeline over towards that decanter set.
all right. Which flavor of poison are you choosing there? There are.
What is
Truly
poison?
did not even look or care.
All right. Go ahead and make a roll. Constitution, please.
Okay, yeah, great.
Cool. That's a good one for you.
4.
Yep.
All right. You're like, smooth. It is delicious, but it is. You can already feel a little bit of a tingle on your nose. That was some very, very fine bourbon that you had.
After I've wet my whistle there for a second, look at the bookshelf. I'm looking for a very specific book on that bookshelf. Is it still there?
I don't know. Make a roll. Do you perceive?
Perception?
Yeah, go ahead.
8.
8. At the moment, you don't see it. Maybe I'll let you roll here in a few more minutes. We'll take a look at that.
So I'm just kind of blissfully looking at the bookshelf while I tickle myself.
Okay. Continue. Have some drinks there. Sitting in the room, everybody go ahead and drop the dice for me real fast.
Oh my.
Oh no.
I rolled like garbage to start.
What'd you got?
What are we rolling?
4.
4. Fantastic.
I got a nat 1. Where's that?
Oh no.
Where's that? Cool. Getting the night off right.
There we
That's
go.
acting as a peasant. Stats
Oh
are
my God.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So
good.
nothing tragic there. So we have a 4, a 1.
10.
A 10.
All right.
16.
16.
13.
13.
10.
10. Super high rollers tonight. Fantastic. So, as you
Very.
sit in the room, you can't quite
Yeah,
put your finger
Christmas
on it,
night.
but there's something off. Something that's just kind of bothering you. You're not quite sure what's triggering that nagging anxiety that you've got at the back of your mind.
I know what it is.
Since entering the room, you haven't been able to escape again that sensation that something kind of feels off. And then, after a moment or two, you do piece it together. You realize that you haven't been able to hear any sounds whatsoever from the outside world. Like I said, it's almost like you're enclosed in a coffin, and before you have a panic attack or anything, all of a sudden the door opens, and a young man, somewhere in his mid to later 20s, strides into the room. It's quite obvious that his clothes are tailor-made. They fit him in the very most flattering of ways. And obviously they're made of the most high quality materials that definitely somebody that has some money in what he's wearing. His hair and beard are kept short and trimmed very nicely. And you can see that he has very stately and elegant movements as he comes in. Big smile across his face, and there's a lot of style and grace the way this man moves. It's truly, truly sorry for keeping you all waiting. I am Lord Erindale, as I'm sure you have guessed at this point in time, and it's very good to have you all here in my home. And you are, you're
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Vaughn, correct? Very, very nice to meet you, sir. And you are Mary, yes, Mary. And you young man, I'm not quite sure who you are.
Quisp.
Quisp. Well, very nice to meet you as well. And you must be Echo, and this must be your sky. Is that correct?
Yep.
I've heard some tale about you.
Okay.
And you are Damon, correct?
No.
I'm not sure too many people wear a coat like that here in town, but I would assume that you're probably Damon.
No.
All right then. And he takes
That on the shirt. That's 2 things.
He takes one look over at the guy in the disguise there, and you see him kind of, Allie? Oh,
No, you.
I knew you got my letter. I knew you got my letter. Why are you dressed like that? And he hugs the Reverend, like picks him up and gives him a big old hug. You,
Oh, pardon me, sir.
what are you
got the wrong
doing?
guy.
I can see through your disguise.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not in a disguise. I'm just a poor dirt farmer. I've got caught up with this law.
What's Remy doing?
Honestly, don't know.
I tell you what then.
Crisp.
He walks over to his desk, and there's a globe sitting on his desk. This crystal globe looks very nice, sitting on a strange little triangular pedal, and he gives it a bit of a spin. And at this point, the room kind of gets bathed in a stragglingly interesting light, and both of your disguises fade completely away. Oh,
Well,
I go
was
under
just-
the desk immediately. Just dive
that
in.
is interesting.
That's an interesting trick you have there.
But hey, listen. It's okay. I understand that you're in good company here. Trust me. Allie, really, seriously? This is the way we're going to do this?
I don't know what you're talking about, Lord Erindale. My name is the Reverend Goodberries.
Okay, Reverend Goodberries.
I
It's great to meet you.
What's he doing with his eye? Why is he doing that?
The jig is
And
up.
well, and at this point, he stops and looks over, and you can see his face completely change, and he just lights up. Iggy?
Dot, it's so good to see you.
And he reaches out and grabs on his hands, and you could just see this guy's entire demeanor just, he goes back obviously like a 14-year-old boy, just like, oh, I can't,
You've grown up so much.
yes, this is true, this is true. I have, where have you, we were looking for your family. We were looking for your family. We were looking for, yeah, we knew you went to the Concordance, but we couldn't, where have you been? Where have you, oh my goodness.
So
oh my
much has
goodness.
happened. It's so good to see you.
And there's like this little bit of a tear you see in the corner of his eye, and he looks around the rest of the room, and you can see his demeanor change back again. He's like,
Yes.
I've known Anna when we were much younger, and are you serious?
I'm very rarely serious.
And what happened to your accent?
Yeah.
What?
Allie, come on now.
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop calling me by that name, cause it's not my name.
Oh, you changed your name.
No. The Reverend Goodberries is my given name,
Given by whom?
Okay.
given by the one God.
Well, I'm going to pretend
so sure.
that one day my friend Allie will get the letter and will come to town to find out what happened to his mother. But I guess we'll talk about that at a different time.
Hypothetically speaking, if you would have sent a letter to your friend, how did you find them?
Well, you see, there was a gentleman that came to me that provided some inside information about what had happened to Allie's mother. And the letter, I spent a whole lot of coin on, hiring a service that prides itself on tracking anybody down for a fee.
Yeah, because it costs a lot of coin to find someone who does not want to be found.
Oh, and for 6 years, yes, I was paying on that. So believe me, I understand the amount of coinage that would have cost.
So you could find him.
They could not find you.
Ah.
And I'm assuming that there might be a reason for that.
There, perhaps,
Well,
yes.
believe me, I can show you the ledgers where I paid out. I spent a lot trying to find you. I mean, we tried to find your family.
Yeah.
We're trying to locate them, yes.
Lord Erindale, I hate to interject, but I'm very curious to know on what pretenses you've brought us to this meeting.
Oh, yes, okay. Well, I guess it might be a good time to, okay, well, listen. The estate that we have here and the position that we occupy in town here, the Erindales, it's quite a bit of a story. When the fall happened, there was not a whole lot of authority left to help pick up the pieces. My father worked with Anna's father, and we were involved in a group of individuals called the Eyes of the North. Well, actually, technically my father was. At that point, I was a child. Anna's father ran the Eyes of the North, and they for generations, they acted as the wing for the sovereign that would bring him information on nefarious activities, possible dangers from other governments or individuals outside of Granitegard. And it's kind of a bit of an interesting story. You see, before the city fell, my father ran a trading company. We did an import-export business. And, well, Anna's father was definitely a master of the games that he played. We'll just put it that way. My father always said he was probably as shrewd as a serpent and as cagey as a fox. So, having never really had a whole lot of direct interaction with him, I have to trust with what my father had said to me on that. And he actually recruited my father, rather unwillingly, into the role. You see, not only did we have the import-export business, but we did a whole lot of smuggling of goods into Newtown, into Granitegard, and it was a very profitable business. But being that it was also relatively illicit, it also set my father up into be a position to be a bit blackmailed by Anna's father. However, that also created a very fast friendship that the two of them developed, and my father ended up changing his ways and became very honored to be part of the Eyes of the North. And actually, you could say he became a very legitimate businessman at that point, but it gave him lots of connections that he could lean upon to help gather the information to keep our country safe. And, well, at that point, my father shifted to primarily running the stables and breeding the horses, and we actually bought many of the farms and actually created new ones to help with the agricultural end of things out here. It was a very good investment, and we sold the import-export business over to her father to run, which at that point he used as the main hub for the, I hate to use the term spy network, but that's pretty much what it was at that point. And again, when the fall happened, there wasn't much left here to hold the people together. And we had quite a few refugees in the city, from the city that had come here, and there was no room for them. So we actually made room in the barns and in the farm areas, and we worked with them to begin the first construction of the walls and new places for people to live here for Newtown. And currently we are quite the silent partner in many of the businesses are here around town, as you could probably imagine on that. And many of the refugees that were here were very loyal to the sovereign and the people of Granitegard. And as a matter of fact, I know that we have two individuals here that would very much like to join our conversation. Hold on just a moment. He reaches under his desk
I bat
and
his
presses.
hand.
I'm sorry, young man. I was not looking for you. Hold on. Actually, why don't you press the little button right over here? Would you do that for me, please? Skeech presses the button, and the side door to the room, not the one that you came into, but the other side, opens up, and you see Rose and Big Tom enter the room. Rose is able to step in very nicely, and Big Tom has to duck himself and kind of squeeze himself in through the door on that side. And you thought the room was a little bit tight before, but now with Big Tom, he kind of fills up that one side pretty nicely there. And he's got his arms crossed as he looks at you, that solid stone-looking face that he has. And Rose is all smiles. And well, these two individuals have been working with the Eyes of the North here for quite some time. Tom was with the Stone Guard, and when the fall came, he wanted to continue his duties. And Tom nods his head. And well, Rose is quite the interesting individual. Why don't you kind of tell them how you came to be with us, Rose?
So we were just talking as we kind of entered the room, like, oh yeah, the weather's getting cool, and et cetera, et cetera. And then just like as soon as we go through the door, completely stop talking, losing all of the like little chit chat, knowing that we're in a space that's safe. Oh, you're all here. This is great.
Rose?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, it's great for some of us. With Wyatt back in town, I've been looking forward to this meeting. But you were saying how I came to be. Yes, Lord Erindale saw to developing the industries here for the folks who fled Granitegard, and made sure that we were all comfortable. We've been able to have a life here, and not feel like we need to flee to other areas. It's really, and she kind of looks to the side, it's really been nice. Mm-hmm.
That's until that sup woman came in here. You can
Well.
see Big Tom's face, that stone look, his eyes just very upset.
I
It
kind
was
of,
good.
I kind of shoot Big Tom a look, and then look at Wyatt to see if we should talk about it.
About 5 years ago, my father had to step down as the official Lord Erindale because a new group had moved in to the city officially, into Newtown officially at that point. Apparently they had been in the works before that, but at that point they made themselves officially known. And that was when they killed Alia's mother, and then my father died very shortly thereafter. And the Eyes of the North had to move into much more of an underground position. Sepp took over the Thieves Guild and has ruled it with a very bloody fist, shall we say. Anyone that offers any resistance has been pretty much removed within the guild itself. And it has been very much an uphill battle to keep them from seizing complete control of things in the town here. And as of right now, there are very few businesses that I am still able to protect. And I don't know what exactly their plans are, but there is definitely something that is going on with all this stuff that's happening around. Sepp has currently left the town and is out down south at Spice Coast and some business, but I know that for right now that the Grey and Theot are currently running the way here, and I'm not sure when she will be back, but I'm sure she knows that you all have caused some disturbance to whatever plans they have set out. And then of course, George,
Oh, George.
his arrival was very much unexpected, I do have to say. I mean, last I remember George when I was a child. He seemed very cavalier about his duties and his attitudes, and now he seems to be a very, very sullen, changed man. He seems that, I'm not quite sure, maybe the fall of Granitegard maybe have weighed heavily on his heart. I can't tell. That was definitely not this. It was the same man, but it was not the same man that gave that speech early, just a short bit ago.
I do not believe that George was the one giving this speech. I believe it was the retinue that came in tow.
There's a possibility of that. That is true. Well, so I believe at this point in time what we need to do is work together, as I'm assuming that our ends are moving in the same direction. You all seem to have taken quite a shining to this town and its people. I mean, my goodness, you saved those children, you took care of that caravan, and I hear that you all just saved the lumber mill as well, which I must thank you for. That was quite a pricey investment on that. So, and Rose speaks very highly of you. Vaughn?
We've frequented the establishment several times. It's forging a
Anybody
connection.
wants to roll a perception, you're more than able.
I assume I can't because
Nat 20.
I'm under the
Are
desk.
you-
Okay.
Reverend, Big Tom's eyes have not left Vaughn this entire time. He's just been just mean mugging him. Not really mean mugging, but like just focused on Vaughn this whole time.
If there's anything we can do to assist, you have my aid. I will not speak for the rest of you, but it looks to Rose. Is everything Lord Erindale has shared is true, to your knowledge?
Absolutely. There's nothing that he's steered you wrong on.
Then I trust you.
Seeing Vaughn's hesitation, I will say, you know, George, or whoever's speaking for George, is definitely different from how he used to be. But he's not in the wrong. He currently is the one who has the claim.
Which is most concerning, I have to say. Given his association with the Concordance, I don't believe that it would be long before they absorb Granitegard through proxy. And
While he was in the Concordance, he started as a joke. Everyone thought he was ridiculous, but over the past couple years, especially the last 3, he's really gained like a lot more respect and the backing of the 3 largest houses. So, and more the feeling among those of us there, or the others, like changed to one of respect. They even started joining. So I don't know. It's.
I did notice quite a number of the soldiers there had his symbol on their armor. They did all appear, from what I could tell, to be refugees.
Yes.
So, I mean, it does seem he is inspiring hope in those people.
Yeah.
If only we had somebody on our side that we could count on for that.
It was so jarring to see the men following George with that symbol.
Very much so. I can tell you, that was not anything that I had expected. I knew the Concordance, well, I had a lot of evidence that the Concordance would be making some kind of a move, but that was not what I was expecting on that.
Agreed.
Can I ask perhaps, to me it's an obvious question. You've spoken a lot about the machinations of yourself and other fellow highborn nobles and a new king coming in. I truly do not understand how that affects me or the people of this town. Kings come, kings go. The kings and sovereigns and noblemen, they don't care about the little folks. Why you, above all people, know that? Because you're one of the only ones that's not like that.
And while I understand that, all the threats that affect the people here of Granitegard and Newtown are my concern at this point. And so we have multiple threats, as I stated. I do believe that Sep will be coming back. I don't believe the business down south will hold her too long, which means inevitably we will have to face that.
Oh, I will face her. And this entire time that once you mentioned her name, I've been holding the bottle that we found in the ruins that's swirling black and like clutching it.
Oh. Make a Constitution save, please.
Whoa.
One.
Okay, here we go.
Pass it
here we
down.
go.
Red.
Don't drop it.
It's gonna happen, isn't it?
Oh, God.
All right. As the reference says this, and he's clutching that bottle, you can see the almost aura around him shimmy and almost turns dark a bit, and his eyes also darken a bit, and his voice gets low, and there's just hatred as he says his words.
I will find her. I will kill her.
Now that's a voice I know.
I put it down. Or actually, I put it in the back of my pocket. My point is that I don't think this king is a good guy. I can spot con man from a mile away. I have some experience in this regard. But Newtown is in need of a king. What's the difference between him and the one they had before?
Well, anyone that the Concordance has chosen, I can't think will be good.
Yeah.
Their treatment of people is very different than how we look at things as citizens of Granitegard, and that's what concerns me. Again, George's intentions may be well placed, but it may simply be a chess game that he is not aware of all the pieces and the plays. Which, again, he might be able to sway the people, but what position is that going to put them in should the Concordance desire to play its hand?
Coming into town, offering coin to individuals who are destitute, struggling already, it's a low ploy.
Yeah, but those people lined up for that coin because the scraps that the King George was giving them was a lot more than they was getting before.
And it will be short-lived.
That's an easy thing to say for some of you highborns sitting in your tall towers looking down on the people living outside the city walls.
The position of one's
I
birth has
had a
nothing
goal.
to do with how one views the world around them.
And my room was on the ground floor, I'm just saying. Though the garden was very lovely.
Yeah, so was mine. Anyways, please don't take my curtness for not being grateful for the way that you've helped me and helped the town so far. I do think your hearts are good and in the right place, but you have to see my perspective here. But I will help you, whatever it takes, as long as I can get my justice when this is through.
I will stand by you on this. You have my word, Allie.
And when he says that, I go around and shake his hand.
He pulls you in tight and gives you a big hug. I missed you.
I do eventually put my arm around him,
It's been way too long. I didn't think that you would come back.
whisper quietly. Probably missed you too, what? But talk again soon.
Absolutely. They both step back and
Was I in position to hear that?
Still under the
Oh,
desk.
yeah, under the desk.
go ahead, Skeech, give me a roll.
Oh, come on.
Skeech cat under the desk.
I need to die.
Wow, we were
I hit the wrong button. I'm okay.
You go underneath the desk, you do this, and you're reminded that Skeech is underneath there.
Hi.
Bunch of pens and papers drop out of the bottom of the drawer that you kind of knocked off the hinges.
Can I take
You know what? Enjoy.
Lord Erindale.
Yes, sir.
Sketch. If there was someone who could rise us into the sovereignty of Granitegard,
I knew it.
the people would not simply get behind them because of words, claims. How could we support them?
Well, I'm really glad you asked that, Ron. I have an idea, to be very honest with you. One of the stronger former noble houses from Granitegard is currently represented in this room here.
Oh, stop.
Although we would need to get verification of her claim on that, which is located inside of Granitegard. I do know that you all have gained some information on a possible route into the city that is not through the front gates. And from what I understand, that would be a terrible mistake. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to exploit that route. So once you were able to get the documentation that would prove on his claim, then you would need to get supporting documentation and a couple of items to prove that individual's claim to the throne, that they are who they say they are. I'm assuming that this individual probably does not have one of the sovereignty rings, do they?
Couldn't imagine.
Then more than likely what they would need to do is get the official birth records, which would be kept, I would assume those would probably be at the courthouse. If not, the cathedral might carry the backup records for those. And then you would need the sovereign's lineage decree. Just before the fall of Granitegard, I know that Lord Vitrus had it in the works to appoint his son as sovereign and step back away and allow his son to carry forward, which means he would have already had it preset on the chain of inheritance on that. And I do believe the oldest son would have been chosen, because, well, wouldn't just have to be a son, but the oldest of his children, which very strikingly similar name.
Have they any records of where the family went to after the fall?
We have not been able to locate anyone ourselves.
And Dot, would you remind me? It's just slipping my mind right now. What was the name of the eldest?
I don't recall it at this moment. I apologize.
So many names.
So many names, yes. So many names.
I know Wyatt pretty well. Do I think he's lying?
Yeah.
Insight on both of you?
Great, great.
You both can roll with advantage.
Fantastic. Come on. Okay.
14?
18?
18. He does not seem to be giving you the straightforward answer on that.
Did you all get to enjoy the baked goods that I sent earlier?
Basket you shared for us?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Rose.
Oh,
They
you're
were
welcome.
delicious, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I am not sure what other questions you all may have for me, but I would like to, I guess, open the floor to you to ask me anything that you might have interest in that. I don't know all of you, obviously. I do apologize about that. But again, we have been the eyes and ears for quite some time, so there may be something that we have that could help you. So if there's a question that you have, you are more than able to ask, and I will do what I can to provide you with that information.
I look over at Damon and Echo and I say, well, what do you think, fellas? What do you like about your first taste of palace intrigue?
Stuffy.
Yeah.
And I knew we had secrets, but I didn't know so many of you were liars.
I'm sorry, Echo. I did not grow up in the mountains.
I know that.
I know.
Oh my goodness, the mountains, really?
I know. I panicked.
You see, Echo, when you spend a lot of time lying, you figure out a lot about what the truth means.
Doesn't mean anything.
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
No. What does this have to do with us, though? If we're on some journey of fate from this guy who sent us, Rex.
Rex?
Yeah.
Where's Gallus Rex?
Of course.
Goes to Gallus, yeah.
What, do you know him too?
He's a charming fellow, I would say. He has stopped by here. I don't know him out from Adam, I can assure you of that. He seems like he knows a lot. Had a strange conversation with him, and then told me I should be expecting some old friends.
Well, he seems to be right most of the time. But
Yeah.
I still don't understand where the pieces fit together. What are we doing together if this is some political plot? I have nothing to do with that.
I think there are a lot of moving pieces, Echo. I'm not sure how they all fit together yet, but we're definitely keeping our eyes open. But yes, it's very odd. I knew at one point or another there would be something that came to a head. We're stuck right now between two very powerful city-states. You have the Concordance to the north and the Antherian Dominion to the south. And no leadership, no one to claim the lands here in the middle. And to be honest with you, both of them are resource poor and we are resource rich. I'm very surprised this hasn't happened sooner. I'm going to guess that it probably has to do with the legality of the claim to the throne.
Yes, I'm also concerned if the Antherian domain, if we stop supplying them, if perhaps they'll stop protecting us from, the northern expanse, which would be a real shame for everyone, all of humankind.
I'm going to assume that the Concordance has some sort of power play. Think about it, if they control the flow of the gold and they control the resources, food and lumber and all that, that would put them in quite a position to negotiate with the Antherians. A very, very powerful position.
It all comes back to the gold.
Yes, it does.
The plans, the schemes, even to your point, Reverend, all these conversations, you're correct. Everything that they're planning, everything that is going forward, has nothing to do with caring for the people who live here and reside here. It's a play for power. And Echo, I don't know everything that you've gone through or what's happened to you, but I can sense loss when it's nearby, and I understand that you carry something, and that's what I want to prevent. It seems like these people face more loss ahead of themselves if we are not to intervene, and sadly politics may be the way that we have to do it.
You're right, but I don't know how I can help with that.
Well, don't worry, I'm sure there'll be an opportunity to swing a sword now and again.
Unfortunately, sometimes politics are resolved through violence. I'm hoping that we don't have to get to that state, but all options are currently still on the table. Anna, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You bring up a good point, Echo. Apparently, we are all here for a reason. Even if that reason is known only to Mr. Versagallis. Begs the question of why you're here, Damon. You as well, Mary. Paragon of virtue of the Church of the One God. Getting your hands dirty in politics and intrigue. And a man with no name does get you intrigued, doesn't it?
I've told you. I am just a traveler. That is it.
Well, I told you that too. Clearly, I was not wholly truthful.
That's true. So, Anna, I have to tell you that your father was here 6 months ago.
6 months? He's dead.
Yes, about that. Don't look at me that way. It
I'm
wasn't
going
Ray.
to kill him.
I would love for you to have the opportunity, because that might mean he's still alive. He appeared very desperate and very bedraggled and pretty much out of the blue. I had no idea he was even here in town. He showed up with a man-at-arms and a ranger, and he demanded to see my father. And when he found out my father was dead, he was very belligerent, I must say, and made quite a list of demands for information about Granitegard itself. And apparently he was imprisoned in the Concordance and was able to escape with the help of this man-at-arms and this ranger. I supplied them with some finances and got them outfitted, and they headed off to Granitegard. Apparently our father said he knew of another way into the city that I was not made privy to, but that's all I know at this moment. I've not heard hide nor hair with them since, and that was well before the gates opened. So I don't know what became of them.
How long before the gates opened?
I would say about 5 months, 4 months, something like
Okay.
that. Because again, it was about 6 months ago, and about a month ago, the gates themselves opened up. I don't know if one thing has anything to do with the other, but there is definitely a possibility somehow these are connected.
You said he was with a man at arms and a ranger?
Yes.
Does that sound familiar to you?
He disappeared 9 years ago.
Why?
To get back to this city, this dead city. Did he say?
Unfortunately, he was disinclined to tell me very much. He was
Shocking.
less than pleasant. I remember him to be much nicer when we were younger.
He changed after that night. Do you know the ranger or men at arms, Echo?
My theory, yeah. Do you know any details about them at all?
The man at arms was an older gentleman, seemed very educated and very competent, I must say.
You met them?
As a matter of fact, yes. They did not say a whole lot to
Did
me.
he carry a shield
Yes, he did.
with a gauntlet?
With the gauntlet on. Yes, as a matter of fact, he did. Echo.
Emmerich?
Pardon?
Was his name Emmerich?
I fortunately did not get a name out of them. The ranger, unfortunately, did not get a really good look at him, but he was a very tall, thin fellow, kept his hood up the entire time. I would say he prided himself in being a man of mystery, but then again, what they were involved in, certainly I would want to keep quiet as well, so.
Sounds like a lot of you have relationships via your parents. Maybe it's not such a mystery how you've been drawn together.
Parents.
Or elders.
Quite often the sins of our parents do tangle us up.
Yeah,
And
they've sure
affairs
made a mess
beyond
of
our
this
own.
place.
Where did you see him?
They came here. They were in town for a little bit.
When did they leave?
About 6 months ago,
6 months.
At this point, Big Tom, they stayed at the inn for one night. But Zilda was actually, to be honest with you, they stayed for 2 nights, but most of the first night they really weren't there. Zilda was asked to keep quiet about their stay over at the inn, so I'm going to hope that you keep that in confidence, as we keep other secrets in confidence.
I'm not sure I can keep that in confidence, to be quite honest with you. I'm searching for him. How am I to keep that in confidence if I can't ask about it?
If you decide to ask Zilda about it, please don't do it directly out in the open.
I will be discreet.
Thank you. I would much prefer that.
Anna, what is your name?
Great question. Do you want, I usually just go by Anna Icarisia, but my last name is Ed Nostrum. Does that
Yes.
ring a bell?
And your father?
Mark.
Mark Ed Nostrum.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of these noble houses.
I mean, we were really just merchants, was what I thought. But yes.
Did you have a bed that you
Yes.
slept on?
It was a 4-poster.
Yeah. Then you was nobility.
With a canopy.
19.
Yes, as a matter of fact, they were a really prestigious merchant family. One that even would have the ear of the king and imports that were sought after by many of the noble families, hard to get items, things along those lines. They owned a small fleet of ships.
7.
And proudly. So yes, it is something that you're able to pull out from your memory.
See.
That's right.
We would take the big one out on Saturdays.
Exactly, yes.
Well,
Little place just for my pony.
so what next then? Why heading into Granitegard?
I have a favor to ask, if I may lodge one with you, Lord Erindale.
Please. You are in friendly company here, so I feel very obliged to help you out.
I imagine you still have contacts across the sovereignty?
I know a person here or there. Mostly, again, these are through my father. Most of the contacts I have are primarily here in the city. I took over a good deal of the rebuilding effort, but it was all started by my father. I inherited my position.
I understand. It's been explained to me that if ever the city were to be in need of aid, that the Watchers of the North would lend their assistance to Granitegard. I'm curious if you could get a message to Lucian Tenares of the Watchers.
Consider it done. What would you like?
Tell him I fear for the city, and say that I do not believe that the company that I have alone will be enough.
Anything else?
So I hope the children are well.
Will do.
Thank you.
Whom should I address it by? Vaughn? Anything else with that? Or
Vaughn.
All right, Vaughn it shall be. Is there anything else I can do for any of the rest of you?
You seem to know who all of these people are pretty well, more than I have, and I've been traveling with them. Do you by chance know who I am?
As far as I know, you're Echo.
No. Like, more than that.
I apologize, young man.
No,
I don't
I'm sorry.
know.
I shouldn't have asked.
No.
You're right. No.
If I could understand what you were looking for a bit better, maybe I could help you with that. What do you mean by who you are?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, when you do know what you want me to look for, please come to see me.
Mm-hmm.
I will again. You are in company of two of my best friends that I have been searching for quite some time, and at this moment my heart is so full of joy. I will be happy to do anything I can to help you with that.
I do appreciate it.
And when he says that, you can see he looks over particularly at Anna.
Drop out.
Right?
Wyatt, if I could give you some information, do you think you could find? Do you have contacts in the Silver Plains?
I have people that could certainly get, depending on what you're looking for. What is it you would like me to do?
Sasha, Sylvia, and Nat. If I told you where I thought they might be, could you find them?
Absolutely, I will do it. Consider it my top priority.
I can help with the coin, and I can please take it, please.
No, it's fine. I can assure you I've got plenty of coin for that.
Okay.
What I need is information on how to find her, and then I will work on getting that leveraged.
All I know is that they're with the main houses, one of the 12 houses, which is in there. We were separated.
Was she purchased
They all were.
through the debt?
Yes.
You said purchase?
Yes.
Unfortunately, the Concordance practices should the parents rack up a considerable debt, the family would become responsible for that, which means that the children could be forced to work off said debt, which means they could be purchased and forced into various types of labor until the debt was settled. And unfortunately, the way a lot of that works is the individual that is purchased for said debt is then often charged for the room and board and all that as they're working off the debt for their parents. And quite honestly, there's really no way for them to work the debt off.
And this is the policy that this King George promises to bring to this place?
I don't know what policy King George plans to bring to Granitegard. He says he's looking to bring the glory back to Granitegard.
Glory. What is that? Glory. What glory?
Unfortunately, I have no knowledge of exactly what it is he's looking to do. I can only tell you with the words that we heard.
Well, I have all of a sudden become more motivated to dissuade this King George from taking the throne than I was when we started this conversation.
If he were such a savior, he'd be sitting at this table with us, and he would have been recruited by Versigalis Rex.
You make an excellent point, Echo.
Well, it seems like, now, I've been very clear that I do not consider myself to be a hero. I think some others at this table might feel the same way, but heroes of this city have let them down, so maybe it's time for them to stop praying for villains.
Well, that's quite dastardly. I always fancied myself more of the heroic type, but it's the company we keep.
The titles mean nothing for what it is we're hoping to accomplish. It's grandstanding. It's the same thing that this George did atop the stage outside the main keep. Actions. That is what we need now to prevent what we've just discussed. Indentured servitude? King George can speak whatever he wishes and pass out coins that others have filled his pockets with. These are, again, shows put on to ease people's concerns. While the real work is done in private in the shadows. And I go, that is what we are trying to prevent. And you can call yourself what you wish, Reverend, looks to Damon. I may not trust Versigalis Rex entirely, but there's a reason that all of us are here together. And again, call yourself what you want, but if we are all here gathered and we have a mission to move forward, I want to trust each and every single one of you. But I think moving forward, we will need to learn to be more understanding of our past and trusting moving forward.
How?
I guess it just starts with one, doesn't it?
Are you gonna be the one?
Is that what you would need to follow us?
It would be nice.
Time to put your money where your mouth is, Vaughn.
Money, where my mouth is. Is
Yeah.
that what this comes down to?
It's a term phrase. I agree that we need to be more forthcoming with each other, and I will do my level best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can we start with what we should actually call you? He keeps calling you Allie.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that if you all venture outside of these walls, it would be in your best interest to keep him as the Reverend. His past relationships could cause you additional trouble and draw additional suspicion.
Thank you for stating it plainly. but he is right. It's true that I have traveled to Noble Kingdoms. I've been to the Spice Coast and back, traveling as the Reverend Goodberry's, but that journey started here in Newtown. I didn't expect I'd ever come back here, but Wyatt saw to it.
It wasn't just me. The Gray was the one that helped me write that letter.
But here I am, so.
So did you know each other?
Their families sadly never crossed paths.
Her kind of folk didn't speak to my kind of folk.
Anna's
Did
family
you sell
lived.
ice cream? Because then I might have spoken to you, I'm just saying. And I just want you to know that I've known Wyatt longer, and that's really the most important thing, so.
I noticed the pet name. We'll chat about that later, I suppose, but I think there is a side door to the doomed city of Granitegard that we have to deal with.
Rose, did you have any more insight that you wish to add? Or you or Big Tom either?
Well, I would love to echo Vaughn's sentiment that actions are just as important as title. And wish you all the best going into Granitegard. It just seems like a horrible place. The camaraderie is going to be very important for you all, from what I hear.
I have to echo her sentiment on that. Not echo, but yes, anyways, you all will need to be able to trust each other. Once you enter those walls, I do not believe you'll have anybody else to lean on but yourselves. So you do need to be prepared for whatever lurks in there to this day. Again, I will be here to help you as best I possibly can. We will be keeping an eye on George. The one thing I do have to say is that while all of you seem to have also been victims of circumstance that has brought you here, and the experiences that you've dealt with in the last 12 years, you must remember that George also was dealing with things as well. So I think that we should watch him carefully and judge him for whatever actions that he actually puts forth. We can speculate all we need, but I do believe that we should take the time to bear in the back of our minds that there may be something more to this man. Would that be a reasonable? Okay. Well, very good.
Will you be departing soon for the city?
I do not think we have much time to waste given the recent turn of events.
We're already being watched by the Grey. This King George and his rider are going to be soon taking notice. I think you're right. The sooner the better. We're out of here.
And just in the purposes of disclosure, there may be some people from House Hastings that are looking for me, so it would probably be best.
Some people?
Some people, they were described to me as hunters.
Hunters?
Yes.
Of people?
Yes, precisely.
So assassins. You have assassins after you.
That's a strong.
That makes two of us.
Fantastic.
Wow.
I'd like to tug on Lord Erindale's pant leg.
Yes, my little goblin friend.
Does that mean you're not going to kill me because I'm little and green?
Oh, absolutely not. I find you quite fascinating. The fact that you're able to actually speak Northern so fluently, that is amazing. Normally I just hear a little chitter, chitter, squeak, squeak, squeak from creatures like yourself.
It could have been a mouse.
No. They're angry, little red-eyed, floppy-eared. Well, I guess it could sound like a mouse, but no. Anyway, no, they were definitely goblins the last time I ran into something along those lines. But I do think that while the town is distracted, it is best for you all to move out. I would love more time with you, and I'm sorry that I have to see you on your way here. But again, that window that we have for you to exit unnoticed certainly seems to be very small. So get what you need and go as fast as you can. And I will be waiting for your return. If there's anything you need, let me know. And I will do my level best to provide that for you.
Do we have any way to communicate with you once we're in the city, or are we completely on our own?
I have no idea how to communicate with you should you get past those walls. I apologize. I am not I have my abilities, but unfortunately nothing along those lines that extend into the realm of the mystic, shall we say.
If we don't come back in a few days, we'll probably assume we're dead.
Well, that's a delightful thought in and of itself. No, not
That's
really.
right, though.
Then come back before a few days and stop me from having too much apprehension.
Don't worry, I have no intentions of dying prematurely.
I should hope not. We have a lot to catch up on, my friend. And I have a bottle of some very, very nice wine that I have been waiting for this day.
I'll take you up on it.
Absolutely. And Anna, I've been very much waiting for your return for so long as well. And be safe in whatever you do.
Thanks. You keep yourself well as well, please. And please find them.
I will. I will. You have my word on that.
Thank you. It's so good to see you.
He gives her a hug that lasts pretty long, and then steps back away and kind of straightens his attire again. So, and the rest of you?
Technically, I'm still covered in bile. Does he need to make a Constitution saving throw?
Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's like,
God.
he gives you that big hug, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yes.
well, that is interesting." Well, yes.
Sorry. Dangers of the trade.
Yes. My goodness gracious.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, see you again. We'll see you soon.
absolutely. I may need to burn these.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
I think so. But all right. Well, we are going to take a short break and enjoy the halftime festivities that we have for you. And please come back and see where this goes from here. Looks like we might be looking to go down into the city of Granitegard.
Where's Small Tom?
I mean, Little Tom.
Tiny Tom.
He's not here.
He's not quite here right now.
That's funny.
Microscopic Tom.
Oh.
There's no Jerry as far as I know in the town, but.
All right, we are here tonight for our Bean Boozle challenge with Adam, Will, and Noah. Why don't you hold those up for us, Will?
All right. Our new package of Bean Boozled flavors are featured the new liver and onions, or cappuccino, old bandage or pomegranate, rotten egg or buttered popcorn, toothpaste or blueberry, barf or peach, stink bug or toasted marshmallow, booger or juicy pear, dirty dishwater or birthday cake, stinky socks or tutti frutti, or dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. We don't know which they are. Oh,
I've actually only had dead fish.
Yeah, how dead is this dead fish?
it's really dead.
It's
And
rotten.
To make this more exciting, we also have the super duper hot ones, which are sriracha, jalapeno, cayenne, habanero, or Carolina Reaper. And I haven't told anybody which ones we've mixed them in there for. So this will basically be a bunch of random pain.
Everybody's got an even amount of real and fake jelly beans. And the rules for tonight are, we're going to roll initiative, and then they're going to take that initiative order to eat one bean at a time, and they're going to do 3 per initiative. They each have a barf bucket in case. But the goal is to eat the most beans in total. If you end up hurling or spitting it out, that bean does not count towards your total. Oh, I forgot to grab the whiteboard. Ashley, can you
There's
grab the whiteboard?
45 beans total. That'd be sad to get to 44 and then hurl and then
Lose one. So tonight we have prizes. Whoever eats the most gets $20. Second player gets 10, and third gets the consolation of $5.
Mind you, I have already eaten a scorpion, crickets, and a Carolina Reaper gummy. So
Today?
this is like this. Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
This is like dessert, I guess. So this is what dessert in hell must be like. All right.
Well, real quick, we're going to have Ashley show the scoreboard before we start. Ashley, can you bring it over here?
I should have like 5 already.
Hold it up behind Will. 0 points for anyone right now, but for every bean, huh?
There's no like free space in bingo. Like
1 point for every.
No. So every bean they successfully chew up and swallow, they get a point. They are allowed to drink milk or water. Or both. Everybody has milk. Noah has water and some strawberries for chasers. Everyone was offered those as well. And without further ado, we are going to dive straight into this challenge. Let's roll initiative.
Echo die. Yep, I rolled low, just like I wanted.
I got a 6.
Nat 20.
What you got, Noah?
I got an 8.
So myself, Noah, Skeech.
All right. Will.
Wait, just go Noah.
Cheers. Do it. It did.
Describe the palate.
It's good.
Are you getting notes of oak?
I want my mom.
Sounds only.
He's feeling notes of nostalgia. It reminds him of his mother's cooking.
Tonight, in the event of a tie, whoever entertains Ashley the most is the winner.
That was the hot ones.
That's why I have the red one.
Oh, I also have the red one. You want to start with that and we burn your taste buds?
Yeah,
And then I can't taste the dead fish anymore. All right, am I up next?
Yeah, you're up next.
Disgusting strawberry.
That's so weak, dude.
You know, I think James was lying, and I'm his favorite, so he gave me all good ones.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Rotten
I guess.
I like rotten
Or
eggs.
he's just trying to make you think that to lull you into a false sense of
Yeah.
security.
Wow. Yep. That's hot.
All right, second B. Let's do it, Will.
I'm gonna go with one of the red ones again. I'm gonna take their advice and hopefully burn out every.
You get 3 beans before we roll again.
Yep. Okay. Feel lucky? No, not lucky. Not lucky.
I'm assuming hot.
Oh, what was it? Oh, all right. Noah.
Those hot beans are hot.
I'm sticking with the strategy we've established. I'm going with the green one, expecting it to be a pepper.
That's the jalapeno.
Yep. Yeah, it's a pepper. Yep.
Could have been watermelon. So
I don't like jalapenos.
I'm just gonna
but
follow
This
suit.
doesn't taste too bad.
All right, all right. What you got, Adam?
Green
Yeah,
bean.
it's throat spicy. Okay.
Green bean.
I'll try and avoid the milk. I feel like that'll make things worse.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It will
that's
just
a
make everything linger.
that's my Hail Mary.
He's over there just braving
It's
through.
fine.
So if you
No,
hurl,
it's hot. It's really hot.
Wow.
Actually.
Yeah, it burns. It burns. My throat.
Coated his mouth with wax.
Yeah, it's fine.
I need it to
I
burn
ate a
my
whole
taste
can.
buds.
Players in the booth making faces at us.
Not my throat. Taste buds, please.
Oh, all right.
Are they all hot?
No,
Are they
no, they're
all
not.
hot?
I'm just trying to get through all the hot ones first because I know it's gonna suck.
All right, third bean. Will, let's do it.
This is Will right now.
I don't handle hot well at all. I'm gonna try another one of the red ones because we are done.
It's got to be cherry, surely. Can't go 0 for 3.
Oh,
No, he went 0 for 3, gentlemen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's me. It's me.
Unless
All right.
it's like that.
How are you guys
stuff.
grabbing all the bad beans first?
I didn't, dude. Okay, so this is I'm gonna go ahead and try it and just get this anxiety-inducing one
Barf.
over. This is either barf or peach, and given my
Get that bucket ready.
It could be the peach bucket. We don't know. No. Good? No. No, not good. Not good.
Oh my God, your face, dude.
20 bucks is 20 bucks, man.
I'm gonna, in solidarity with Will, I'm going for the same one.
Let's be peach.
He's barf.
It's bad, isn't it, dude?
Yeah, it's
All right.
not good.
Which one do they look like?
This one, oh, it's got a bad
This
aftertaste.
one? Okay.
Oh, it's worse.
I'll join you on this
It just
adventure.
I'll
pierce
swallow
through
it
the
before
heat.
drinking for content.
Y'all are making me cry just watching.
Subscribe
you guys.
to our Patreon.
So for God's sake, please, please subscribe.
We'll do anything.
It's so bad.
Well, are you sure they're not all the bad ones?
All I did was go in and pick the package out. I didn't ask them.
No, you just keep grabbing the bad ones.
I don't. I think they're just random the way they put them in. From what I understand, they don't like put one for one.
Really?
From what I understand about the Bean Boozled, like it's because there wasn't an even number of everything in there.
Well, that's neat.
I think liver and onions probably isn't too bad.
Oh, dude.
Especially if you're British.
No,
I'm putting that
my,
one.
my parents made that when I was a kid, and that borders on child abuse, dude.
At least it's like somewhat edible, you know?
No.
Like,
All right, ready for the next one? You can bail at any time.
Oh.
You can
Would it
take
know?
the $5 and walk.
Yeah, then it's
It's
Will's.
mine. All right,
let's see.
I mean, you can take the $5 and walk.
dude. $20 is $20.
Content.
This is either the cappuccino or the liver and onion. I'm saying the cappuccino first on an attempt to push it that direction. There's not.
Just the liver and onion. The barf is fine, but the liver and onions is what
Hey,
puts it.
Stas, will you go grab the milk so we can top off his glass?
Maybe
That is
get
so
a,
much worse than the
it's in
bar.
the cooler.
Maybe get an unbranded sparkling drink too. Or like
That is so much worse than the barf, dude.
Take a this.
That
You're doing great.
my dogs have made smells like that, dude.
All right, is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. What is this one? This is rotten egg. I don't think I'm that brave.
There's a rotten
I'm
egg
going
one?
for the other green one. Please be pear.
Which one is rotten? Oh Lord, really? Please let me-
Is it
It
booger
just tastes
or
like
pear?
grass.
That's pear.
Is it?
You just burned your taste
It's
buds.
not sweet, but it's not bad. So
I'm gonna have to switch back to the hot.
I feel like I just
I gotta burn.
like face planted on the
no,
playground.
no, don't.
Let me see the box. I haven't gotten to look at the flavors. I've just been punished.
Throw a piece of tape on there.
Or just
Put in a cup.
I don't think he
At
has
least
a
milk
cup.
makes throwing up so much easier. than
You know what? I'll go with the rotten egg or the buttered pie.
That's brave. I respect that.
Yeah.
I'll just go for it.
It's in the booth.
This is gonna have a lot of butter
Can
on
you
it.
grab
Rotten egg
taste
is like
John
one of the
Jackson
worst,
said.
Alright,
worst
let's go.
smells. Yeah, I'll join in.
Oh, bro. Oh,
Yep.
God.
All three of you at once?
Yep.
The same?
Oh,
Oh, it's so.
which one is it?
rotten egg.
Oh God, yeah. That's the worst.
The liver's worse, but that's bad.
I feel like there's sulfur coming out of my mouth, and I don't even get to like breathe fire to make it cool.
Can you ask Hadley where it is?
That is bad.
That's really bad. Oh, that's really nice.
Wait, I see it.
And
It's
there
on
is
top of
somebody
the
that has
shelf.
taste tested these.
Yeah.
These
It's
passed.
us.
They passed the taste
The
test.
people that made those had degrees in food science.
That
They went
just
to school for that.
Lets me know that degrees are worthless.
Speaking of degrees, you should eat another spicy one.
I just had. Adam's gonna have. Wait,
Oh,
no,
it's
no,
me
no.
again?
Is it 3? That was 3,
Oh, yeah,
right?
you gotta roll
That
again.
was 3.
Time to roll again!
Roll low. That's too high.
Is that a 7 or
It's a 7.
Oh.
16?
All right, I'm 1 second.
Okay. Are you gonna join me when
No.
that I choose?
Absolutely not.
I
I've
will,
done
I
that
will.
too much.
In
I'm
solidarity.
doing the tutti frutti
Oh,
or
that,
stinky
well,
why
sauce.
are you going for the worst ones?
I don't think I have any of
Cheers.
those.
The most wins first prize.
Tutti frutti.
Who wanted this?
Oh, that's
Stinky
not
socks.
I was wrong with socks. You want this?
That's just revolting.
I apologize. I thought it was
That
tutti
was
frutti, but my
It
taste
tastes
buds are
sweet
so
nut.
yeah.
You're like,
And then,
oh.
and then it goes socks.
It's
It goes
flavored.
socks
It
real
tastes
quick.
good.
My mistake is that when I put them in my mouth, I then bite on them, which releases the interior. Maybe I should just like.
Now you gotta chew them or it doesn't count.
Well, I counted. on
You have
that, trust me.
strawberries over there.
Yeah, I haven't needed them yet.
I know.
I've been handling it well. But
Yeah.
the
So you
dirty
do
socks,
tutti frutti?
I'm
I got
angry
the-
at because
I got
it's
the- I got the
deceiving. It
socks.
starts
It sounds
out like
bad.
fruit,
Yeah, it's not as
and
bad
then
as
it
some
gets
of the other
stinky.
ones.
I would rather
And-
eat the socks
It's a
than
sleeper.
more rotten eggs.
It's like a
Yeah.
freaky, fruity
Yep.
fragrance.
Yeah.
Isn't that corn chips?
No.
All right.
That's a dirty sauce, basically.
Okay.
Well, it's either booger or a pear.
I hope
I
it's
don't have any of
blueberries.
those.
I don't like the color from here.
Booger?
That's not
What kind of
it's
booger?
It's pear.
At least we know Will's not a booger eater as a kid. I'm going with toothpaste.
The toothpaste, honestly, it was kind of minty and refreshing.
Yeah, it's toothpaste.
Yep.
It's the safe option. It's
Right.
not bad at
That
all.
is not cool, dude.
So, booger
that was pretty good.
or
Will took that one.
what was
personally.
it? Pear.
Will will remember this.
Statistically, it's improbable. One of these should be sweet and delicious.
Yeah.
Do we have a tally of how many
That's sweet.
gross ones
I
we've
found the
gotten?
pear.
There's only
I got
Good
it.
ones, I think.
I think you had one good
I had
one.
two, and I think Adam had one.
Well, he's had two now.
I just got the pear.
Oh,
So four.
congratulations.
It's actually very
You've
nice.
had four good ones.
Will got a 0.
My mouth is still hot.
We'll try the blue one. It's not bad.
I'm going to go, since I have one more of them, I realize that every single one of these is a 50-50 shot, but I'm going to put it in my brain that I've already had the crap 50, and maybe this will be the non-horrible 50.
Do it. You got 2 nostrils.
So. Oh.
Pear!
Yeah!
That is just such a relief.
It's over.
Mine never mattered.
What'd you grab?
Okay, dirty
There.
dishwasher or birthday cake?
Dishwasher?
Yes, it's the entire appliance. And it's soap. It's not that bad. It tastes like
I didn't
you
get to
get
try
a
the
little in your
booger,
mouth.
so that's what I'm.
It's
going
not good.
for. Just-
I think I'm just going to try to
Yes, it
power
is.
through the most horrible ones
Oh, it's
first and
funky.
get her done.
Okay.
No one's
So-
brain over there playing tricks.
My taste buds are on
This one is,
on their summer break right now.
this has got to be toasted marshmallow.
You'll know instantly. It's very good.
Did you get 3 stick bugs?
I'm going for another marshmallow.
Actually,
and
that's
it's
4.
Gonna be,
All 4 of the same, because I had one earlier.
it's gonna be tasty, and it's not gonna be stink bugs.
What are these ones? They're just white.
I think those might be the
little popcorn.
popcorn.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got a plethora of popcorn and birthday cake.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going for. We're running the gauntlet on dishwater birthday cake.
That is awful.
It's dishwater again. 3 for 4 right now. So.
I think there's a
Okay, so like the tail end of this should be great, right?
I don't think so. I think these are all going to be gross. That's my prediction.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he's right.
it's
Okay.
like an even ratio.
The statistical, we are in a statistical improbability otherwise right now. So.
Bro,
I'm sitting here
this one
like-
I've given up.
If this is an
I just had
indicator of how you guys are
spicy-
gonna roll tonight, I feel bad for you.
They're so spicy, and there's so many.
All right, this is, I'm counting on this being cappuccino because I need a break at this point. I need something good to happen.
It's either cappuccino or what?
You don't want to know.
What's it taste like?
Not cappuccino.
You know, Will, $5 can get you a whole lot right now.
I can't buy my dignity back.
No, so that's already gone.
Yeah.
It tastes like
You can
freaking
take the 5 and walk at any time.
You're a third of the way through.
It tastes like manure.
And that was one of these brown ones?
Weird.
It's a liver and onion.
Weird that something
Oh.
brown
Oh.
tastes like manure.
You did it? The liver and onion?
Yeah.
I told you, dude, it's bad. It is
Solidarity.
bad.
Kids, liver and onion is good.
Did you get cappuccino?
I'm not a huge fan of coffee, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
I will remember
It's like
this
psychic damage.
during gameplay tonight.
Echo is a man of the earth. All these just work for him.
I would rather have dirt.
Except for the dishwater.
Except for the dishwater. That's an appliance he's not familiar with. Why wash your dishes?
Even if
Eat
this
with your
is
hands.
liver and onions,
Water is the enemy of dirt.
it means that is the last of them that I have to choke down.
You want one of mine?
No. I just burped and it tasted like the dishwater.
That's helpful. That's helpful.
That's how you know
The
your dishes
dishwasher's
are done.
not as bad.
Cleanses the palate.
More liver and onions?
Why?
I think the liver and onions is the most vile one I've had.
I'm trying to double up on coffee.
He's about to lose it.
I'll wait.
He looks like he's about to barf.
I need to erase that.
It's turning red.
Two cappuccino.
Do I need to?
Oh, you suck so bad.
I'm just gonna go with the safe blue one. I need a win.
They're proud of that flavor. They advertise it as new, like it's awesome.
It's very good.
It's too
Crunchy frog.
I've eaten a raw coffee bean before. It's kind of
Oh
like
god. That is
You're not
very
supposed to.
loud distraction.
Cute.
Keep kicking the lights.
It's not good. Yucky.
Yeah, right, Adam?
You know,
What'd you get?
dirty dishwater.
Oh.
All right, going back to the hot
I feel like
train
I
here.
owe you a jar of good jelly beans now.
I don't even like jelly beans.
Especially not after this.
No.
Be careful speaking to anybody sitting next to you after this segment on the show tonight.
They put me
because-
at my own table. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, you're good. I'm not. Poor Percy's gonna be. Why do you smell like dirty socks?
I was smelling the pepper breath from over here at the beginning.
So it travels.
The Carolina Reaper is hot.
Yeah.
That is so hot.
I told
That,
you.
that is hotter than the jelly thing that I did earlier, dude.
Solidarity.
It sucked.
What is that?
Oh, I thought it was gonna be one of the spicy ones. I think that's Old Bandage.
That's what. That was pretty bad too. I had that one
It's
earlier.
like rubbery and like.
It's gross.
Ooh, it's really bad.
That's me.
Ooh, it's got. I have to say though,
We're gonna
they got
have
so many different flavors
stinky socks.
in it. Like
Or tutti
you can taste every aspect of the bandage. There's like the old like gauze part. There's like the rubber, the glue, the adhesive, like
Look at
whatever
Tutti Frutti.
dust you picked up. It's impressive.
It's
Really gross though.
It's like rust from the dried blood.
All right, am I up again?
I
Yeah, that's
wish.
just,
That would
I
be
got
better.
tutti frutti.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try.
I love
I'm gonna keep with the hot
Oh
trend.
my
and
god,
just-
this one does not go away. It's stuck to my teeth. So
Oh, that's Old Bandage.
yeah, it's not good, right?
It just sounds so unsanitary.
That tastes unsanitary.
So far, we don't have anybody bailing. We might end up having to have a dice roll off at the end of
Yeah.
this.
We could skip to the dice roll
We
off.
could. We
No,
could.
the beans aren't gone.
We're tied.
Oh my god. How much longer is this going?
The beans are gone.
About 20 more beans will. But
I-
you
again,
know what?
it can end as soon as you want.
I think we should up the ante at this point, and you have to eat several in one shot.
I think that just makes it easier.
That makes it easier.
What? No, dude. Some of these are some horrific.
Okay. So tell you what. The next initiative, you eat 2 at a time.
All right. that
Is it
works.
my go and then?
But
then
you
we
have to
finish it?
close your
It's
eyes
you,
and
then
grab
me,
2
then initiative.
Oh, I'll take that challenge.
after shaking your plate.
All right, we're going for another red.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry, what were the new rules?
The new rules is you grab 2 with your eyes closed after shaking your plate.
They're all gonna be hot.
Well, that's the way you arranged yours.
I think that's
Well,
pomegranate.
I
Oh,
just
no,
did
wait,
the
is it
math,
spicy?
Will.
I ate most of my hot.
Oh, that's
I was
sriracha.
matching
That's
you,
definitely
hot bean
sriracha.
for hot
Okay.
bean. You've done 2 without.
Okay, how about we roll initiative again,
Wait,
and
I
you
have
we
to-
start.
Yeah, I-
Oh, you gotta do your last one. What you got?
Obviously, it's really good.
He's
Tastes like
concentrating.
mama's cooking.
Tastes like Will's Encounter building.
Ooh.
Oh!
It's the good one.
All right, roll initiative. So at this point, Adam has dropped out. He took the $5. We are up to taking 5 at a time. Both Will and Noah almost lost it, and
Oh, it ruined our strawberries.
all right.
These
So
are
the next
actually
one,
old bandage.
we're gonna do 5 at a time again at the same time. So get them ready.
Oh god.
Do you need more milk?
No, don't. I just don't want to waste it.
Okay.
Please stop if you're about to throw up.
You can take the 10 and
I
walk.
did.
I can't.
I did.
I can't.
Alrighty.
I gotta see it through.
Let's go ahead and get 5 together.
The studio's gonna smell awful after this.
You got 5 ready?
No. You know what? I'm gonna take the $10.
Alrighty. But Will has to eat the next one, or it's
I
not
just
win.
need one more.
No,
I
the
can eat
5.
No, one more.
That's
I
it.
think-
If you can take the
I
next
think one
round.
more of our choice.
Yeah.
Should be fair.
Yeah, there you go. All right, you guys pick the 5 beans, and if he can handle it,
It's
he's the
so
winner.
spicy.
You
That's
know what?
That's what stopped
We'll
me.
deliberate. We'll deliberate. You close your eyes, and we'll just figure it out.
I like this. My mouth is on fire. Okay.
Just remember, I'm the GM tonight.
Wait, hold on. You gotta get more.
What?
Here, throw in.
Dude, it's only supposed to be 5. How hard is it to pick 5? What's going on?
This
Oh, my
is,
nose.
that's the one that killed me.
All right.
There we go.
Okay, you got 5 on your plate.
I don't know. All right. Whatever.
Let's do it.
So spicy. The gross spicy is like so
It's-
overwhelming.
Yeah. It's like a flashbang.
Uh huh.
You got this.
You just gotta swallow.
I did the eggs. It's so dang bad.
Oh,
$20.
When it's so awful that your camera turns off in the middle of recording.
The camera got out easy though. Let's be honest.
He got it! Congratulations.
Oh God.
And we have a winner!
Was he really though?
So let us know if you have any suggestions for our next contest. It has to be edible, human-grade edible food.
May I suggest favorite foods?
Yeah, if you have something that you like, that's one of your favorite foods that may be weird or unconventional, let us know for our next challenge.
Soda taste test.
You are a dumber man than I.
You guys have anything you want to say before we get back to the program?
You're welcome.
That was a mistake.
No.
Together, dude.
Oh,
How
go.
you doing? We were just talking about that amazingly fun and exciting experience that I had eating those beans.
Constitution
That's great. I think you should
save.
do that for all your family get-togethers. It will really help you all bond, and you'll have something great to talk about. So
Don't do that.
Bond
Don't
over a
do
shared
that.
enemy.
The beans.
I like our viewers. Don't do that.
The only shared best friend you'll have is the trash can.
Oh, we'll huddle
it was
around.
bad. Okay, so fun times. Back where we had left off. Bless you.
Thank you.
Lord Erindale, I had just promised to track down Anna's sister, and I believe at this point we're still in the room there, and we see Rose hesitantly kind of step forward towards Vaughn.
Can I help you, Rose?
Yes. I would like to support you all in any way that I can. You're welcome at my establishment anytime you'd like. And Vaughn, and I slip into your hand a green locket that looks very much like the one that I'm wearing, though of finer make. And you do recognize both of them. I hope that you'll keep this with you while you're in the city.
This is kind of chokes up a bit. It's very kind. Thank you. Thank you for this, Rose.
Of course. I do hate to see you all go in there, but it is important. And you must do what's needed.
And there was only one direction to move forward once the gates of the city opened, Rose.
Big Tom steps forward, puts his hand on his shoulder. Keep your sword sharp and your senses sharper, boy. And then steps back away.
Thank you.
I kind of grab Big Tom's hand and give it a little squeeze.
You recognize that Tom seems a little bit choked up at the moment. All right. And with that, my friends, I do think that it is time that you all proceed forth. So, but again, you have safe refuge here at my estate. And I know Tom and I know Rose will be available for anything you need as well. And there are more here in Newtown that will also have your back should the time come. So good luck to you, my friends. Allie.
Do what?
My little green friend, could you press the third button to your right, please? And the door to the side that you all first came into opens up. And you hear somebody coming down the stairs. Creedy appears. Follow me, please, if you would.
As I get out, I want to click the other 2 buttons.
The other door opens up, and then you hear a panel open up behind one of the bookcases.
Usually we don't push them all at the same time.
Yes.
I pushed them one at a time.
Thank you.
Point taken.
Crisp. P. Crisps.
Oh,
Thank
we're
you.
going by our real names. I'm Skeech.
Oh, Skeech. Delightful. Would you have anything to cover him with a bit as you exit? I do say his current attire is rather noticeable.
It's time to put on the face cream again, if you don't mind, Skeech.
I'm gonna open it up and show you that it's empty.
Oh no.
Well,
Well, just a moment. I take off my apron and hand it to you.
And I put it on normally, so it's just dragging.
Seeing how it's made for a normal human.
Put it over your head, maybe.
All right. I use my disguise kit to just kind of crudely smear on some makeup. Hold still. Put a little. No. I'm trying to get a little blush. Yeah, little rosy cheeks. Oh, how cute.
Thanks, Dad.
It's atrocious. Is it housebroken?
Just keep the hood up.
Grady, please do be a tad bit kinder to our guests. Yes, sir. And would you kindly, this way, please.
See you soon, Wyatt.
Oh, yes, goodbye, Anna. And out you all exit the estate. The sky, being as gray and heavy as it was earlier, light rain begins to fall. Afternoon is certainly colder than it was this morning. Not freezing or anything else along those lines, but you can tell the temperature is certainly dropping, and the addition of the rain is not a good sign for the rest of the afternoon there. As you all begin to walk out of the estate and along the path that Wyatt had described to you, you pass by a eatery, and you can see that there are about 12, maybe more, it's hard to tell, there's definitely some men inside there, all wearing concordance armor, and some of them are boarding up the front of it. You can see it says Rizzo's Eatery, and there is a woman out front there, and she is just sobbing up a storm. She's like, my husband, he says he'll be back with the gold to pay the debt. He went down to the city. I know he'll be back. He says he knew where there was money to pay, and we gave you the 50 that the king had given us. Guard looks at her and says, well, yes, that's not for me to decide one way or the other on that. The Gallifrey Investment Group has decided that we will not be able to make good on your debts, and we are foreclosing on the property.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't help but overhear. The Gallifrey, what was the total of the debt, please?
Their total of their debt is 2,573 gold.
Interesting. In the most recent payment?
The most recent payment was 50 gold.
50 gold? Oh, but surely you have a payment plan in place. Like, what are you? Like, you know how to do business.
Is this something that is... And about this point, you see several of the guards stop doing what they were doing with the business and begin stepping forward.
Just a concerned citizen.
How many guards?
There are currently 12, and you see some heads kind of poking out from inside the business there.
I want to go behind Anna and start pushing her forward. We're just passing by. Don't mind us. She's just loud.
That's a solid idea there, sir.
Let's continue onwards. Let's go.
I'm looking at Anna.
And you can see the mother at this point is sobbing. She gathers her 15 kids together and begins moving off from the business itself, and the guards can continue on what they're doing. Keep on walking.
I'm going to whisper, for not the guards to hear, but for them to hear. Aren't we trying to make sure that they don't follow us and don't know what we're doing? This is not a smart idea. Just keep walking.
Damon, they're going to take them.
Keep going.
Fine. Okay, keep walking.
You do see, Anna, that the guards are letting the kids and the woman walk away and are just seizing the property, apparently.
Okay. All right.
So, at the moment, you don't know what else is happening, but that's the last thing that you see as you all come out onto the main strip that leads out of the town. There are more people entering than there are leaving. And as you all are exiting through the gate, you see Roland and Emmett there, and the two of them look like they're having a bit of a tiff.
Level in paradise.
Emmett, I need to talk to you. Well, you probably noticed that I haven't been spending as much time with you recently, and I haven't been around as much. Well, I know you worry, so, well, you see, it's like this. I've met someone, you see.
You met a girl?
Right, yeah, she's very special to me, and, well, she might be the one, you know. Well, you're my friend and everything, and I'd really like you to get along.
She didn't run when, yes.
No. She's great. We spend a lot of time together. She really likes me.
I never thought that day would come.
Well, seeing as she's probably going to be around, and well, would you like to meet her?
Well, yeah. I guess I should make sure my uniform looks good.
Right,
and,
yeah.
And such.
Oh yeah, you really like her. And then you hear Emmett go, or you hear Roland go.
I hear the rat.
So you hear when he says you want to meet her, he's like, okay, and goes. And you see from around a bush, this little basset hound puppy comes running out. And she's like, and this puppy is it kind of looks a little worse for wear, like really kind of mangled a little bit, just kind of got a little bit of a limp, you know, like one ear is like shorter than the other.
Something
and like
might
that.
have chewed on it at some point.
Yeah, the eyes are a little crooked, like, you know, and she runs up and she starts trying to hop up on Emmett. He's like, well, Roland goes, right, well, there you go. That's well, I named her after my best friend. Meet Emmett Jr.
You can just see that just like the gears are kind of turning and nothing is happening inside of his head. He's just staring down at the dog.
She kind of
looking
reminds
up.
me of you a little bit. Well, like around the eyes a little, and kind of smells like you too, in a familiar kind of way.
Were you dropped a lot as a child?
Well, not that I remember.
You know it's a dog, right?
Right. Right. That's what I was saying. She's very special.
Yes.
Right.
Special is the word. Good evening, folks. Afternoon. Look, on your way, I see.
When you guys come up, the puppy just all of a sudden like sees you come up, and she just kind of like stiffens up, and she just looks at you and goes, ruff, ruff.
Sky, introduce yourself.
Sky goes over and sniffs the puppy, and the tail kind of dips a little bit, and she looks back at you like,
Be nice.
Sniff, sniff, and then she comes over to your side with this look like,
Emmett goes, no. Or Roland goes, he's like, no, Emmett, no. These are nice folks. They're not riffraff. No, these are okay folks. We've seen them before. They can pass.
things
right.
not going to be biting people here at the gate. We might lose our positions.
You see the dog look up at him, just cross-eyed, just.
That something's not right.
Well, I found her a few weeks ago, and I've been taking care of her, and she's kind of, grown on me, and well, I was hoping that we all could be a big happy family together.
But just see to it she doesn't get trampled underfoot or bite someone or any.
No, she's very smart. She's very smart.
You see him just stiffen up with his spear and just lean back up against his post like, and stares down the road at this point.
Right, Emmett, come along. And the puppy just kind of tramples behind him, kind of flopping along a little bit, just, ears kind of dragging on the ground a little bit too.
Good luck to you folks out there.
Thank you. We'll try not to die.
Yeah, the dog kind of looks back at you guys and goes, ruff, ruff.
Hey, we were never here, right?
Well, you are here now. You weren't here before.
And we won't be after.
Right?
Exactly.
Don't worry, folks. You wasn't here. We got you. Right?
Right, whoa. Right.
Yeah, right. I suggest you folks move along before it goes on right.
Right, Emmett?
Hey, do you guys know what was happening with that the place back there, though?
What place?
Points back towards Rizzo's.
Oh no, we just mainly guard the gate.
Yeah, you can
Takes
see
a lot of
there's
attention.
A couple other places they closed down here shortly after arriving. They had a whole detail working on stuff like that. And sure, you can see another business on that exit, the row houses before you get over to the T intersection before the Traders Road. There's another business that's got the closed down sign on it.
I think if the king were so generous to be handing out free money, he'd give businesses a month off rent.
Yeah, he would. That would certainly be more in keeping with the promises he's making.
Well, perhaps that's something we can do something about when we come back. Maybe once we got a little more clout in these parts. Looks pointedly at Lon. He says that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'll remind you all, it was a pretty performance in the show, and looks back at the two establishments that we can at least see from this vantage point. So whatever actual dealings were going on could be done in private. Our attention was drawn one direction for whatever they actually have planned. George has been here for less than a day. Less than a day.
And already he has the support and love of the people that we only earned through many days and acts. So I do agree that acts are more important than the theater of politics, but theater has its place. And theater and hope for people is often more valuable than gold.
It's been my experience that hope not brought to fruition is oftentimes the most painful burden to bear.
That's true. But if it gets you from one day to the next, is that pain really too high a price to pay?
Maybe it's a balance of both then.
Maybe.
I love it when you smart folks wax all philosophical. It makes me feel kind of like I'm smart too.
Oh, Roland is just like playing with them in your ear. He's not even watching the gate. He's just like. Oh.
Well, if I take your meaning then, Vaughn, those folks that are getting kicked out of their houses probably don't much like the king.
Mm?
Perhaps we can sway him over to our side.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe we can find this Rizzo and recruit him to our cause. He's good at spreading the word, I've heard.
Perhaps we could.
On communities. He spreads the words of discord.
Roll credits.
The local message boards in town. The words of discord.
I think that's precisely what I intended, Reverend.
Well, do you think we should go surreptitiously consult with them now, or keep moving?
I think wisdom relies in knowing whenever it is time to play one's hand, and I do not believe this is ours.
My thoughts as well. Plus, it would make Damon real cross.
Well, I side with Anna on this one.
I mean, I don't know. What's a few people's lives to sacrifice? I mean, it's just their livelihood. It's just their home. Like, of course, you need to play a broader game when there's the matter of thrones and cities and empires on the line.
But maybe we should help the little guy when we have the capability to.
In the long run, doing what was asked of us, instead of just going and running in and trying to play the, oh, noble hero, like, I'm here to save you, let me throw gold at you, let me solve your problems as we gain attention to ourselves. It's going to cause more issues. We should just follow what was asked of us to help in the long run.
And Damon felt quite upset.
Don't look at me.
I told you you'd be cross.
Emma Jr. runs up to Damon and just like puts her paw on Damon's knee and just gives him the sad eyes and just starts
We're trying to scratch her head.
pawing him.
Oh.
It's like, save us, Damon.
Wait, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals. Emmett, Junior. No, I can understand you. You can speak plainly.
Oh, that's just how I sound.
Oh, okay. Are you happy?
Well, yeah, kind of. He's found his new master. He's been taking care of me, and I don't know what happened to my family. They just kind of left. And, well, this nice man came and picked me up and has been feeding me and petting me and playing with me.
So you're happy?
You show a man talking to that dog.
Well, yeah. I'm really happy. She starts wagging her tail.
Be more concerned if the dog's speaking back to us.
Is there anything you would want us to bring back to you if we make our way back here after being in the city?
It starts drooling.
Perhaps something Damon could do heroically.
I like treats. I like treats a lot.
Damon loves giving animals treats.
Yeah.
He's a real good guy.
Is he?
Nice talking to you. We'll look for something.
Okay. And he like runs back to Emmett and runs back to Roland. And he runs back to you and just starts circling around, just like super excited, just like chasing around.
You're not quite sure if the dog's doing that because it's happy or something shorted out.
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of tell.
Yeah, the whole time
you.
Yeah, you can't even tell the dog's looking at you because her eyes are crossed like that.
At you right now, I think.
Yeah, he's looking at two people. Like, he's looking at Echo and Damon at the same time.
One eye starts rolling around in circles.
Yeah.
Yes. It's free. Once a day.
Oh.
For moments like this. Further into the plot.
Worth it in the
Anything else you were doing here in front of the gate?
No.
Probably leave before we get
What if
speech
appendages
assassins.
to give just something to help the woman out to him to give to her, and then it would be an anonymous tip. It would both help her and not cause attention to us.
That could work, and maybe we could start rumblings of dissent just to let them know that there's another option.
I got just the thing. We give a donation to that lady. How much we gonna give her?
I'll chip in 50 gold at least. It's
Yeah,
not much,
same.
but
I'll give 50.
I will give
compared to their debt.
I will give 50
Well,
gold to the cause as well.
Sure, I'll match it. I don't need this stuff in my pocket.
So that's 200 at this
200.
point. You gonna give it to Roland or Emmett? Or even Junior? I mean, it's an option.
I still have to fill up. I need you to deliver this package to that lady.
What? I'm only 3 months old. I can't, it's too, she tries to like pick it up and it's like, the pouch is taller than she is.
Do me a favor, give me an animal handling check on that one.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Do you have any reason to believe
Brother.
if they
That
were to
will
get word
be
of what you were
an
doing,
8.
it will only
An
cause
8.
more pain for them?
You're having a whole lot of trouble, even with the speech of communicating exactly what it is.
I believe you may have
puppy. It doesn't
misinterpreted
seem to
my
be able
intentions
to
earlier.
hold the attention span long enough. Maybe because it's a puppy.
Seeing us interpret
Maybe because it's been run over by too many
Of
carts. It's hard to tell.
King George, you mean?
I think you're right, Mary. I don't think Emmett Jr. can do this one.
What if they didn't know that it was us? What if they just knew that it was some hidden faction in the shadows working?
As they're having this discussion,
Yeah.
as I've collected the gold and I'm giving it to Roland, and with one hand, and in another hand, I'm giving him one of my trinkets.
What's this for? Is this for me? This'll... Emmett, we can quit our jobs!
Roland, I need you as a woman over there for children. Not just pushed out of that home and business. That's for them. To help them get on their feet before we come back to help.
It's anonymous. And it,
Anonymous.
That symbol,
Uh-huh.
tell them they got the blessing of Reverend Goodberries.
The blessing of the Reverend Goodberries, right.
No.
I thought we were doing this anonymously. Right?
Go on, we got it.
Right.
Wait.
That's not what we talked about.
It's same idea.
No.
It's not. It's not at all.
No.
And off, Emmett is gone.
Yeah.
No, there's...
Roll, yeah.
Calls him back.
What? Yeah, yes? I'm delivering it to Anonymous. Isn't that what you wanted? What?
Roland. Just go. And then hands you the rest of the bag.
Oh, come on.
Right then. He walks along and goes over to the lady.
How much was in the bag?
All of it.
All of what?
1,500?
No, all of his, 279.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So
Right.
479?
Right, this is from, he goes over to the lady. Ma'am, this...
Y'all don't see him because you'd have to go out and over to where that would be.
Great.
So,
Perhaps now that we've, caused a little mischief, done a very small amount of good, we leave quickly. There was something about like assassins that was talked about earlier, and it's just like, yeah.
Oh, so we are calling them assassins now.
Yeah, I think you were right. I really wanted them to just be hunters,
No,
you know?
I understand. But hunters typically do it for survival and food, not
Yes.
political reasons.
Mm-hmm, yep, yes, you make a very good point.
Yeah, assassins kill people.
Yes, they do.
And skilled at it.
It certainly would be a shame if they happened to find us.
Some people say that the most highly trained assassins can hide in the shadows and distract without being seen.
Just gonna casually glance around to the shadows near us.
and it's saying there, he's like, could you all vacate the front of the gates so there doesn't appear to be any assassins coming
Yeah,
over this
we'll,
direction?
Great, yeah, let's just carry on.
We'll take our leave. Y'all have a good day.
Roland comes back. All right, delivered to Anonymous Goodberries. As you asked. and she sneezed, and I said, "Bless you." So, message received.
Fantastic work.
You hear that, Emmett? Moving up in the world.
You're building that karma. Good for you.
He actually takes his visor and clinks it into place.
As we're leaving, I want to try to slip one of my my trinkets to him as we're walking away from him. Just like,
Oh, look
Slide
at
it in,
the,
please.
oh baby, 23.
Dang.
Beautiful. It's like
I'm not
magic.
good at lying.
What did you
look
do?
at shiny.
One
Look
of
at
my
shiny.
trinkets.
And off you all go, heading towards the T intersection.
You
Turn
can-
out onto the main road.
Yeah, as you walk away, you kind of see him fastening onto the collar of Emmett Jr.
Aww. And heading a tad bit north so that you can get to the intersection that leads down to Granitegard itself. And as you are making your walk, you're heading out the way you've seen before to get to those switchbacks. See, Skeech kind of had something on his mind.
Yeah, pretty big deal you made about doing what people asked. Did you forget our last conversation?
Sorry.
What is Skeech talking about?
Just a conversation.
Is that true, Skeech?
Yes, Damon does have conversations.
That's rare but true, yes, yes.
to steer you guys away from the city. But you all seem pretty determined. And if we're going in there, I guess you guys should know what you're headed into. But I have questions first.
Seems only fair.
Speak your mind.
You've talked a lot these past couple days, and I don't. What are these noble houses that you were talking about?
They hold all the wealth so that common folk don't get much.
Okay, I guess.
In simplistic terms.
The Reverend's not too far off.
Then why are they better than the rest of the people?
They ain't.
He's right. They're not.
The houses are meant to be those that are servants to the people. And all too often they forget that, shaping things that benefits them instead of the people that they serve. They're not better than the common folk.
And everybody's really concerned about the king coming back. And sounds like you guys don't want there to be that king or another king. Is he a noble house too?
He claims to be.
I think our friends here, and I'm growing to have the same opinion, that King George might make the people in the new town worse off than they are now.
I've been thinking what Rose and Lord Erindale have been sharing, and it's not so much the person, this King George, that concerns me the most. It is who rides behind them. And just like we saw with the coin that we offered to that family, what they've brought with them to Newtown. That's what the Reverend is speaking about. It's not just the person. They're bringing pain to these people.
There's, and Damon and I briefly talked about this. There's somebody in charge of the Dark Speakers there. And I don't know much about her. When you were little, did you used to see things that weren't there in the shadows that scared you?
Like your imagination?
In the dark?
Yeah. It's like if all that was real. And I caught glimpses when we went back to the tunnels, and I don't know what's following us, or maybe, again, it's just my imagination, but I know three things that are really there. Some of you have been in that city before, I guess, and I have too. I think there are some places we need to steer clear of if we go there. Down in the warehouse district. That's where the Forge Master is.
worse than the constructs?
I didn't stick around long enough to figure out. Down by the central cathedral, there's the bishop. And he can do what Vaughn did.
Necromancy.
The dead don't stay dead. And most of all, I don't want to go anywhere near the House of Wellness. Somebody there calls himself a physician, but he takes things and he makes them into new things. I had 4 or 5 other goblins, and they had the same body, and I don't want to go there, but I don't want you all to be there alone. That's why you shouldn't go to the city.
At this point, you all have reached the top of the ridge line where the fallen Garrison Tower sits. And you can look and see the switchbacks that lead down to where the shambles and the Granitegard would be beside it. And way in the distance, you can see, barely make out where the Garrison Tower that's still standing sits. The clouds have gotten nastier looking. The rain, almost as if it anticipates you arriving, begins to just unleash at this point, and there's a dreaded downpour that is just soaking you to the core. And you can tell that moving down these switchbacks is going to be a rough proposition. But at this point, you really don't have a whole lot of choice.
Does it wash the barf off of us?
As a matter of fact, that is probably about the only good thing that is going on, is the fact that you're basically getting a free car wash, so to speak, as you're sitting out there. Everybody else is just straight up misery.
I'm gonna wrap the apron around myself like E.T.
Aww.
As you all move down the switchbacks and get to the bottom, nobody slips and hurts themselves, but there's several moments in time that you do have some exciting moments on the switchbacks. And when you get to the base, you can see where the trail is that Katya has talked about that leads against the edge of the ridgeline here at the base. And you understand why you didn't see it before, because foliage actually has been cut and moved into place to obscure the first portion of the trail. So as you had come down beforehand, when you looked over, you thought those were bushes, but you can tell at this point, because of the way the storm is blowing, that it has revealed where that trail line sits. And when you're looking at the trail line, you can see that the earth has also been brushed away to obviously remove the actual traffic that is using this small road that looks like, again, leads along the edge of the ridge line and then must lead out towards the tower itself in the distance.
What time is it?
At this point, you are probably looking at about 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, but with the clouds moving in, it is getting darker and darker.
Echo, what do you think? Can we make it through this, or what do you recommend?
I mean, we're not going to be out here during the night with all this, so our best bet is to get to shelter, but it's important to know what to expect.
Yes, thank you, Skeech, for telling us and also staying with us throughout it.
I mean, I really don't have anywhere else to go.
Maybe we should work on that.
What, are you just gonna bring my tribe back?
Maybe we can find you a new place. Oh, no.
Skeech, your place is with us for as long as you'd like it to be. We can't change what's happened, but I think making a better future for you begins with us going into this city and clearing away some of these nightmares that you say plague you.
They'll plague you too.
Not if we don't plague them first.
We have to at least try to make things better. I'll die on that hill.
That one?
Whichever righteous hill there is, I'll die on that one.
I think there's any place we can make camp around here.
I think our best bet is in the tower.
We push on.
Skeech, can I ask you one thing? Yeah. If we encountered this nightmare creator and all of these horrible things, is there anything in the realm of possibility that we could do that would not make you afraid of going back?
I suppose if we can make less of them, we can get rid of a couple, or that'll put my mind at ease, knowing that I'm not going to lose you two.
We can try. Okay, tower time. And he'll kind of start scoping out the area, look to Vaughn and Damon.
So
for
Echo and
help.
Sky are in the lead?
Yep, but I'd like to kind of fan out equally, the four of us.
Oh, now you guys are, so you're fanning out and moving across because, again, with the way the hills and such sit and the way it's situated, the trail that's tucked right along the ridgeline looks to provide about the easiest egress to get that direction. Otherwise, now for you, rough terrain is not much of an issue. For everybody else, it would certainly begin to slow them down. And you can tell the longer you're sitting out here, the worse it's going to get as far as the terrain goes because it's already super muddy. And again, it is going to get nothing but soupier and nastier as far as the ground goes.
I'll go ahead and just push through ahead then.
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival on that, please.
That will be an 18, I believe.
All right.
17.
17, Echo begins moving ahead. As you are moving along the trail, you can see that this has been used many times for carts and foot traffic, although it's obvious people have tried to scrub away the path. Mud and such is making it also a little more difficult to suss out exactly what has moved along here, but there are some heavy ruts that are really hard to make it go away. The road itself, as you all are about halfway along the ridgeline leading out towards where the Garrison Tower is just turning to nasty, horrible muck. And as you're walking along, it is taking a lot of energy. To make matters worse, at this point, the temperature has certainly dropped, and the rain itself now seems to have small little bits of ice in it that are painful as they strike any points of the skin, so you all are pulling your cloaks tighter. You can feel the chill setting in, and every step you all are taking, it just seems like that Garrison Tower is just further and further away, and then the skies have gotten darker and darker, and just when it seems that all hope is lost, you all crest a hill and you can really see the Garrison Tower at this point. It doesn't look like it's that much further ahead from where you are, but what you do notice is at the top of the Garrison Tower there is a light that appears to be just peeking out through maybe a gap in a set of shutters. The rest of the shutters are all definitely pulled tight along the rest of the tower, but it looks like that one point near the top, there's a little bit of light shining out.
You guys see that? Produce the spyglass. Good idea. Skeech enhance.
All right. Give me an investigation on that.
Investigation, okay. That will be a 14.
14. There is a little bit of smoke that appears to be coming out of maybe a chimney way at the top, and then a chimney a little bit lower.
Okay.
But outside of that, you don't see any motion. There's no guards walking along the top of it. What you do see is that the front gates are cracked as far as being open. Like the portcullis is up, and one of the doors is pushed in a tad bit ajar.
Seems a bit too easy, doesn't it? Practically inviting us in.
I told you the front gate was trapped.
Well, this isn't the front gate to Granitegard. This is the Garrison Tower that sits out past the shambles.
I can't tell what you're looking at.
The gate is open. There's lights inside. Chimneys are going. It looks very welcoming and warm, tempting almost. That worries me.
Well, let us not go into temptation. No, wait, actually, no. No, we do need to go into temptation in this case.
I just get the feeling we're in more danger than we think we are.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're
Definitely.
as much
Can
danger
I would
as
like
we
to
think.
ask for wisdom from Lord God.
You gonna sit down and do a prayer for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
Honestly, if I could just die warm at this point, that would be pretty great. I know.
For religion?
Oh, perfect. So I'm gonna tuck it into my pocket for later.
You do believe that at this point it's not
Becomes
anything else
volatile.
but the physical conditions that you're suffering. The dropping temperatures basically are draining your resolve. There are thick clouds of vapor that billow out of your mouth every time you exhale. The exertion from walking through the mud is just atrocious. And again, it's just almost sucking every bit of last bit of energy reserves that you all have. And as Anna said, all you can really think about at this point is finding a cozy, dry hearth. And the red valerian is just in the back of your mind like, man, our room was so nice. But at this point, from where you're sitting, it is much closer to get into the garrison than it would be to try to backtrack your way all the way back to where you are. And in fact, you're close enough right now that you can actually see some of the details of the Garrison Tower. You can see that it is fashioned from expertly cut granite blocks that have been laid in place to form a very solid fortification. The outer wall is probably 150 feet on each side, it's a square, with the actual height of the walls probably about 30 feet in height. They have the little turrets on each one of them there. Again, you don't see anybody walking along the tops of these. Again, the portcullis itself is sitting raised up, and the really thick iron reinforced oaken doors sit slightly ajar. Not wide open, but very easily enough to allow a person to slip through the gates. And again, inside you're not seeing any guards poking their head out or walking over from where you are.
I don't think we have much of a choice.
Can I sneak forward and look for traps along the way?
Absolutely.
Go, God damn it.
Give me a stealth, and then give me a action investigation.
16 for stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the
Oh, no.
block?
No.
3 and 1 such.
My
I
God.
think this is.
Don't do it.
Maybe do it a little.
No, we're good.
So, as you move forward, you feel very confident in yourself staying undetected, but your ability to look for any traps is very much impaired again by the weather. As you're trying to move through this mud, it's really difficult to maintain the stealth, to be searching for the traps. You can't be sure one way or the other whether you miss something. You don't stumble into anything, but again, you really can't tell whether you bypassed or missed any sort of tripwires or anything else along those lines. How far forward did you want to get to?
To the gate.
To the gate. Okay, you are right outside the gate right now. All you can hear is the steady downpour of the rain. I mean, it is masking every sound, and it also is reducing vision at this point.
Can I sneak in?
You gonna poke your head in?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me another stealth check on that.
Holy.
Wow, like a shadow, you slip yourself in, and as you're doing it, you can see the best way to align yourself that allows you to look in and get a view without making yourself visible. The courtyard itself is wide open. As you look in, there is a guard shack, it looks like, that's 2 stories. From it, you can see the second story, there's a ladder that leads up to the ramparts that go around the interior of the garrison walls. Inside of it, the garrison actual main house is another 100 feet or so on each side inside. So again, the outside's 150 feet in each one. There's a bit of a gap, and then there's the garrison main building that looks to be the foundation for the tower. The tower itself probably goes up about 250 feet, and at the top there is a large structure that kind of spreads out a bit and gives a large observation deck way at the top. It's all encased. It's not exposed to the winds. Again, the shutters are drawn tight. In front of you, you can see the front doors that lead obviously into the main garrison building itself. No lights, no foot traffic, just wind and rain and the patter of the rain on the stone interior of the ground there.
Are there any footsteps in the mud that lead up to the building?
None that you've seen. You can try again a perception on that.
18.
18. All of the footprints have been washed away, which means that nobody has gone in and out for quite some time. Looks like they have been inside trying to stay clear of the rain. When you're looking at the front gate area, there's nothing that you see as far as mud goes that looks fresh. And again, when you look into the courtyard, any of the tracks that were out there, you can see basically where they come out of the mud and onto the stone interior. The mud is really dissipated in the rain.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak back to the group.
Sneak back to the group. All right. And Damon returns.
Is it safe?
There's no footsteps leading in or out, so they've been up there for a while, if anybody's up there.
Should we go in? I think we should go in.
Otherwise, we die out here in the cold.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe they have a fire.
As Anna said, I'd rather die in there than out here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's going to be your marching order, please? Who's in the front? Who's in the rear? How are you all doing this?
I can go first.
I'll be behind Echo.
Okay, so Echo and Sky. We got Damon. Who's after Damon?
I am.
Okay, Mary. After Mary.
I'll bring up the rear. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, we have Anna.
I'm gonna stand next to Skeech.
I'll be next to Anna, so it can be
Beautiful.
Reverend, myself, Anna.
And you can be behind me, I suppose. Yeah.
All right. Then, so after Mary is going to be Vaughn. And I do think that, yeah, the Reverend, I've got Echo and Sky, followed by Damon, Mary, Vaughn, Reverend, Skeech, and then Anna bringing up the rear on that. All right.
As we're walking up, take one of my trinkets in my pocket. Skeech. This is a medallion of bravery.
Insight.
Rude.
Go ahead and give me a roll. And if you go ahead and just give me a roll and add whether persuasion or deception or whatever you're looking to do on that.
It was created by a great philosopher plus
Don't tell
persuasion.
As I say, don't tell me which one. Just make the roll and give me your total.
Natural 20. Which, if you're counting, will make it a 28.
I also rolled a die and got a 3.
Skeech, you feel very inspired by this medallion of bravery. As a matter of fact, the moment you touch it.
Medallion wear around your neck, you will have the bravery and the majesty of one God at your fingertips. And then I lean in a little bit closer even. Oh, whatever goblin god you worship.
We had a cave.
The Reverend scratches his head like, all right.
Power of the cave god is with you.
And I will put it on.
If he hadn't had the cloak over his head, you could see that his ears were like at the highest you've ever seen them. Normally they're kind of like flattened out like a beat
Tuck
dog.
it into my shirt so that I've got it real close.
You feel incredibly brave at this point. All right. As
The juice they drink in Space Jam.
so, Echo, since you are my lead, go ahead and give me a stealth roll for the party.
Okay. Sure. That will be a 10.
10. All right. It must be the fact that the sucking mud is just really difficult for you all to function cohesively for the most part.
It's soupy out there.
It is soupy and bad. Yes, that is true. But you get up to the door, and nobody seems to launch any spears, any arrows, stick you with any swords, yell any distress that they have seen you, and one by one you all begin to slip through that opening. And Anna, you're bringing up the rear, and you're the last one. And just as you're about ready to take your turn to slip through the gate, you glance around behind you one last time, and in the distance, this shape catches your eye. It's this vague outline of a person swaddled in shadows. The figure's clad in black. You can almost make out a face for a brief moment, but something about the image suggests that it's a woman in a dress. It cinches at the middle and then flares way out from the waist as it goes down towards her feet. And the outline of her image dances for a moment, even though she's standing perfectly still. And then a droplet of water hits you in the face, and as you blink away your eyes, the image is gone.
I'm sure that's fine.
I'll warn you.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
And so, do you move really quickly, I'm assuming, at this
Yep,
point?
yeah, just like go.
Okay. Yeah, Anna pops in. Are you going to try to maintain, or are you going to let everybody know that you're freaked out?
Can I try and shut the gate behind us?
Absolutely.
Great.
Can I give me a strength?
Fantastic.
Actually, you can use athletics.
Oh, awesome. No. That's a 14.
14. Anna pulls the gate shut.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not as quiet as you might have hoped, but you're a little bit panicked right there. But the gate does, all on her own, close this gate.
Yeah, so it's no big deal. But when I was looking back, it was probably just a trick of the light. Probably just all this talk of like shadows and nightmares and assassins. And probably my mind is running away with me. But I did think that I saw briefly, perhaps, a woman's outline encased in shadow.
Medallion.
Yeah, but I'm sure.
Where exactly did you see this?
Over on in the hills.
It's not working.
We just you have to believe and call out to Maglubiet, the god of the goblins. You just take my word for it. Maglubiet.
Right, that.
And I kind of look at Mary like, don't worry about it.
All right. Move it.
And in the courtyard, you all are standing out in the open.
Shall we discuss this indoors?
No, we shouldn't discuss this.
Oh, yeah.
If this is true, I'd prefer to be in somewhere with cover.
So where are you all looking to go? There's the guard shack, like I said. In front of you can see the main entrance to the Garrison Tower. The actual base of the tower itself, which is where the guards and stuff like that would have been their residence and things back in the day.
Maybe the tower?
Wherever you saw smoke.
That was the tower, I believe, right?
Yeah, so somewhere at the inside, at the base of the tower actually sits, is like attached to the building itself. Somewhere in there should be that mural, and along there is where the secret entrance is hidden.
Okay. Let's find it.
Quickly.
Well, I would say if you're going to keep the same formation, then Echo, you get to roll another stealth check for everybody.
Okay, I thought that was a 2. No, it's not. 13.
13. You all move through the downpour, and it is, fortunately for you, again, the heavy rain is masking a lot of the noise that you make. At the same time, anything else that might be out here looking about, it would be masking them as well. But you make it up to the front doors, and the front doors are slightly recessed. And you can see there's a portcullis that would be able to be dropped down to protect the entrance to here, but it is currently raised. The doors are closed, and you are, again, out of the rain at least at this point. Still in the cold temperatures, but out of the rain.
We found out where that fire is.
Yeah. Can I use myself and Sky's sense of smell to head towards the smoke in the tower?
Well, you'd have to get through the front door at this point. The door, like I said, you're just in that little alcove. The front door is closed.
Okay.
Is it locked?
I don't know. You just open the door?
I'm going to try, yeah.
All right. Well, the door will swing open easily. So are you doing a stealth? What are you looking to do as you open the door? Are you just going to open that door?
Ask if we could come in.
Okay.
While we're heading inside, I'm just going to keep an eye out in back just in case. Yeah. Just look.
I'll do it stealthily.
Do it stealthily? All
I'll
right.
kind of give Mary a quizzical look. 17.
17. All right. Echo, you open the door, and as you look in, you can see there is a room in front of you. It's about 10 feet long and about 10 feet wide with a single door on the right and left-hand sides of the room. A few crates have been stacked in the center of the room, roughly even with the doors themselves from side to side, kind of making a makeshift barricade. 2 lanterns have been placed at the either end of the barricade itself and illuminate the room with very soft, warm light. There are several bottles, if you guess, which is most likely mead or ale, sitting next to the crates. And there's movement that catches your eye. And as you look over, almost directly to your right, in the corner, is a man having trouble standing. And as he sways and staggers, he has got one arm kind of up against the wall, trying to balance himself. You seem to have caught him in the middle of watering the wall. And he's singing, her eyes are like diamonds, and her smile is like the sun's. And love is spring. I don't. Oh, that's on my shoe. Oh, damn it! And he steps back away from the wall and begins, obviously, pinning up his pants and finishing up his business.
Does he look like an enemy?
At this point, he turns around to face you all. Bloody hell! What was you doing? Where's you coming from?
Would I be able to quickly, stealthily, just in case there's anybody upstairs, go up and grab him and like put my dagger to his throat?
I don't know. That's quite a tall order there. You might have to make some rolls on that.
Okay.
What a
I would
negotiation
say,
tactic.
Thank you.
Yeah, at this point, it would be an attack roll on this guy to instigate what you're looking to do.
Okay.
Are we really gonna go near guns blazing?
Guns threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're quiet guns.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
That's how you met me?
They
Plus
just offered us a meal.
20, dirty 20.
That would certainly beat his AC and his ability to kind of reason at this point. And Damon slips past you all in a blur and is right up on this guy. You have your knife up at his throat. You don't
Yeah.
you slit it, or
No,
you're
no,
just
no,
holding
no,
it
no,
there.
I'm just holding
He's
it
like,
there.
"Why? And he begins making these symbols with his hands. And Damon, you recognize it as thieves' cant, and so do you, Reverend. And he's flashing. It's hard. It's not the same that either of you are used to exactly. It looks. There's pieces, parts that neither one of you are picking up on, but it's definitely thieves' cant he's doing. He's like, what are you doing here?
Despite my friend whose dagger to your throat, we're not here to hurt you if you make the right decisions.
If I hadn't already peed, I might be doing it right now.
I
What
need you to
decision?
tell me your name, son, and why you're here.
My name, it's Jerry.
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 What brings you to the tower here?
Last name Patrick.
Well, this is where we got it signed. This is where we bring all the goods and such.
Yeah, bring what goods from whom?
From the what? Y'all aren't with the way.
We are here with the way.
Oh.
This is an inspection.
Inspection.
And-
Yes.
I'm in trouble because I was supposed to guard the door, aren't I?
Oh, no.
I'm not.
One demerit. Gonna write it down in my book.
Demerit.
That's one mark against you, but it's
You
past
give me
fail.
the mark? Don't give me the mark, man. Don't do
You
that.
still got a chance to prove that you're doing a good job here. Now,
Oh yeah.
now, how many other people have you got in this here tower?
Lot. There's more fingers. I got more fingers.
All right, noted. Now,
We have plenty.
we instituted a new policy. We got to take mandatory breaks. So they on a break? Are they in the tower right now? Or?
Well, it's raining out there, so we're not doing the no raiding, and Theot will tell us when it's time to do the raids. But
Is he here?
what?
Theot.
Yeah,
Good.
he's in the tower.
Excellent. That's
Up theirs. Up theirs.
And he's pointing at the tower we're in?
Yeah, well, you guys are in the square base for the garrison, and the tower itself rises up out of the
Upstairs.
actual garrison. Yeah, he's up way up the stairs.
You, my friend, how long you been in the way?
Stop asking him number-based questions.
Years.
You ever, now this is part of your my assessment here. You ever hurt anyone? As part of your duty, you ever hurt anyone as part of your duties?
Should I?
It's a simple yes or no. You still got a few more.
Well, I don't much care for a lot of violence, but sometimes it's part of the job. Didn't always be like that, but it's part of the job now, sometimes.
And I give Damon.
All right, and this man's life spills out of his neck as he crumples down, looking quite surprised as he drops to the ground. And there's some gurgling noises, and then he falls over. Spasms.
Is he wearing a uniform?
Runs up.
Not really.
Okay.
There's some leather pieces on him, and you look over to where he obviously has been sitting. There's a stool, and you can see next to it there's a sword and a spear, and a lot more bottles, apparently, that this guy has been making.
But no symbols, no colors of anything?
Nothing along
uniform?
those lines.
Okay.
Why did you do that? That individual was no threat to us.
The door to the right opens up, and you hear footsteps, and all of a sudden you hear this gasp. And you turn around, and Pavis's eyes are about that big.
Who's on?
Can I?
Pavis's.
Pavis.
The child!
He blended a child.
Can I run
Oh,
over
no,
and put
someone
my
can
hand
run.
over?
I think of
the
Can I run over and
same
put my
rock that I
hand
was
over
gonna hit him
Pavis's
with when he
mouth?
was a gopher.
Go ahead and give me give me a grappling check on that.
Is that what? Just strength?
Yeah, athletics, please. Actually, you know what? For you, let's not make that a grapple. Let's do acrobatics on that.
Woo! That's a 17.
17.
These are different numbers.
All right. As you run over, Pavis just drops to the ground, ooh, don't hurt me. He's like, you don't even make it over to him before he drops all the way down into like a prone position, practically like, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. Hey, Echo said you guys wouldn't hurt me.
I'm not going to hurt you. I just need you to be quiet.
I'll be quiet. I can be quiet.
Stop talking.
Pavis, you got mixed up in something real bad here. He's looking at all of you at this point like.
So it looks like we're killing, right?
No. Pavis is on our team.
No, not that one.
All the other ones.
Oh.
I can't get out of here.
Yes, you need to.
We're not doing that.
It is technically a blizzard out there, so I do worry that we would be sending.
I don't mean right this second.
Okay,
I mean you need to get out of this situation that you found yourself in.
If I run away and they find me, they're going to kill me.
If you stay here, you're going to end up like that man.
You're going to stab me like that, man?
I'm not going to.
Oh, Damon's going to.
It's going to tell Damon to do it.
Oh, my friend will. No, Pavis.
Thumbs up, they're friends.
You're fooling with things that you don't understand. That these people stay here and hide. And when we're through in this tower, we'll get you out.
What are you doing here? Are you crazy? There's
That
like
remains to be seen.
40 people in here.
40 people?
40 people. Fantastic. Good.
Are you certain about that?
39, actually.
Well, I mean, I'm not that good at counting, but I mean, yeah, I can do coins up to a certain point, and I can count. There's the whole lot. There's the cooks on this floor. There's some roving guards here and there. Then there's the quarters for the sleeping, and then up at the top with Theot and his people.
Brandon, what have you gotten yourself into?
What have we gotten ourselves into?
You got any closets where we might be able to hide a body, Davis? Have you good, lad?
Yeah, we can Well, we could throw it in the cellar. Nobody goes down there.
Oh, is there any sort of mural in the cellar that you've seen?
Oh, not in the cellar. There's a mural over in the stairs that lead up to the top of the tower.
Wonderful. How many people would you say are between us and that?
I don't rightly know at this moment.
That's fair.
But I can help you. I can help you, right?
Yes, you can.
I mean, I promised him we'd keep him safe. I don't think I trust his hiding spot to do that.
That's fair.
But we'd also be bringing him into danger.
What if we solved, because we can't hide this, so what if Pavis raises the alarm and says that they fled into the night and distracts them while we go to the mural?
Pavis isn't a great liar.
Oh.
Yeah, I understand all that, but if we got through the body in the basement, nobody's going to go down there and look.
Okay.
So, and then if you want to go find the mural, it's just kind of across the hall from the room where the basement is.
I began clearing the floorboards of blood.
Nice. I will pick up the body and take it to the basement.
One square foot at a time.
So Pavis closes the door behind him, and he's like, well, that way's the kitchen. Let's go this way. And leads you over to the other door, opens it up, he's like, stay here.
Can I just check to see, what's his vibe like? Is he trying to kill me?
Go ahead for an insight.
Great. Oh yeah, for sure. 13.
He seems super excited.
Great.
Like he's jazzed about doing whatever this is that he's doing.
He's the new intern.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Pavis moves ahead and looks down the hallway a bit.
We got Sky.
Brings you over and opens up another door, and you all step into what must have obviously been the armory at
Can I
one point in
sneak?
time. Absolutely.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Well, you're certainly quiet. As he opens the door to the army, motions you to come in. Stepping into the armory, you can see this room is full of weapons and armor that has obviously been pilfered from various caravans, you're assuming, over a period of time, unless they struck it on one massive caravan haul. It is difficult to move through the room. It is like a hoarder's room. It is so packed full of equipment and such. And he takes you over to the far corner, and there's a door, and on the door is this big danger sign with a skull on it, and a warning that says spiders. He's like, if we can keep that open, we can throw the body down there. Nobody goes down there.
Is it because the sign on the door says spiders?
Well, the sign says that, but I think it's mostly because of the spiders.
All right, well, we got to get this body down there.
Yeah. All right. Maybe if somebody opens it, and I'll just throw the body in.
Yeah.
Quiet.
All right, on 3 we go.
Okay.
I think you probably want to pick the locks first.
Oh.
I'll start picking the locks.
All right. Go
Well,
ahead and give
everyone's
me-
concerned about the door. Can I rummage through to find a goblin-sized dagger?
Absolutely. You find yourself a nice main gouge if you desire. It's about a short sword for a goblin. There's regular-sized daggers too.
Oh,
Ooh.
what is
Am I
the largest, most...
Just
What's your
straight
total?
dex or
In this case, you can use sleight of hand.
17?
17. And the lock pops. It is a large, nasty-looking lock too, but it's not really designed to keep too many people out as far as professionally picking it goes, because obviously nobody really wants to go down there. It's more or less to reinforce the door.
Do I want to put it on
And
something?
you open the door, and you can see cobwebs and everything from ceiling to floor on the stairwell at this point that kind of lead down in like this tunnel as it disappears in the darkness below you.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm just gonna.
Athletics, please.
Yep. Great. Fantastic.
Since there's not really a skill for body chucking.
Cool. Yeah. No, that's a 10.
10? All right. You throw the body, you're like, and it hits the wall, and just kind of crumples and down the stairs.
Shut the door, shut the door. Shut the door.
Door closes. Just as the door is closing, you hear the skittering sound.
Oh no.
And the door closes.
I'll relock it.
You guys relock the door
Yep.
there, and You're not quite sure what happens after that. It seems to be pretty soundproof for the most part. The door is sealed.
Okay.
Fantastic. Circle of life, circle of life.
And you see
circle of
Pavis
life.
like, oh, yeah, they're really big spiders.
Yeah.
Maybe we just fed him.
I think you did. Can we go now?
Yeah.
Fast? A lot?
I turn around and I grab Pavis by the collar. Listen, Pavis. I was you a long time ago. I'm telling you, you don't want to go down this path any more.
You can see stars in his eyes at this moment, like, you were like me?
Man, yeah, I was.
I can get a suit like that.
If you get out of here and you try real hard and you study, then maybe you can. But you can't do it if you're dead, because one of these rough men in the way slit your neck. And if they don't get you, then it's gonna happen when you're robbing people on the highway. But it's gonna happen to you. Okay. We're gonna get you out, but you have to do what we say.
What if I get you over to where you need to go and then I can go try to get out?
You need to leave here. We're gonna tell you where you can go that's safe. We have some friends in town, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Okay. Do you want to go to your place now and then I can go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Set Pavis down. He seems a little bit shaken at this point. Opens the door, looks out in the hallway. He's like, okay, it's clear, and goes right across to the door that's just kind of catty corner. And you look, the central hallway actually runs in a circle around the interior of this thing. And obviously, you can tell where the tower comes down as he goes over to the door and opens it up and disappears along that circular wall.
Follow? Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
And through you all go ahead and give me a stealth check. Damon, you leading the charge
Yeah.
on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, you roll.
21.
Well, that did. All right, and all you all sneak in through the door Pavis just opened up. And as you pass through the door itself, you can see how thick this wall is. This wall has to be at least 8 or 9 feet thick as you pass through on both sides, almost like a tunnel that leads into this central chamber. And in the dead center of the central chamber is another wall that goes up. And you can see where there's a ceiling on it. And there appears to be a spiral staircase built into that central portion of it. You can look now, you see you definitely are at the footprint of the tower itself. This is what supports the tower that goes up, and obviously the stairwell must be the central column that would lead up to the various levels of the tower above you. And all along the interior on here is this mural, and it is painted with all kinds of interesting things. There's a big hunt scene that you see, and there's quite a few racy little moments painted within the hunt itself, all kinds of bits of crude humor in there. There's a knight that's taking a bath in a stream, and a trio of nymphs are stealing his armor and laughing at his shortcomings. There's a nobleman that is being drugged face first through the mud by his hunting dogs, and there are other little raunchy little bits of humor in this particular large mural painting that you'll see.
Is it like where they've defaced someone's defaced?
No, obviously whoever has painted this has put these little things in there to kind of make this little bit of randy, fun humor. Obviously, one of the guards a while back must have had some talent in painting. What are you gonna do? Where am I supposed to go? I got you to the tower base.
We need to try to find this somewhere up here where there's a secret entrance. But he leans real close and whispers to him, "What you said, the fiat is at the top."
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Okay.
He motions over to Vaughn. See that man over there? With the crossbow and the book.
Yeah?
Go with him and do what he says. He's gonna take care of you. I promise.
I'd like to insight the Reverend.
And okay, yeah.
It's only a 9.
Okay. I'm going to assume that your bonus almost cancels that out. All you have to do is not roll a 1. it?
4.
4. I think he's got to go +8 to whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, no, you're not quite sure. What insight were you checking for on that on him?
I have an assumption as to what his intentions are, and I was trying to see if I was accurate.
Okay.
Come. Come here. Come to me. I say to Pavis.
Pavis comes over to you. Uh-huh.
All right.
Stick with us.
We gotta go. We gotta find the. We gotta find this door, right?
Are we leaving Pavis behind?
No, I think Pavis should try to. I think you should stay here until the storm clears. Go about your business. Then, when you can slip out, run back to Lord Erindale.
Yeah. Pavis, I did promise you something if you fulfill your promise, which you did. I remember there was a time when I was like you, not in the same way you were him, but it can be lonely being a kid trying to figure out the world by yourself. And someone much wiser than me gave me this, and he pulls out the stuffed wolf that he's been carrying for a while. And he's like, I don't really think I need it anymore, but I want it to be the reminder it was for me that there are people who do care about you out there, even if it feels like there aren't.
He takes the wolf. He's like, thank you. Okay.
He's right. Vaughn will protect you.
But you gotta act natural. Go about your duties here till the storm clears, and then you gotta slip out. And I touch him. I give him one of my small bottles of potion. Show this to the Lord. He'll know that the Reverend sent you.
Okay.
All right. Now, I'm gonna go cause a little distraction so that you can get through the tunnel. But
You all haven't found a tunnel.
they're gonna have to find it. I'll be back.
So we're finding a tunnel and you're leaving?
I'm not leaving. I'll be back.
Distraction.
Can we talk about what our plan is so we are all on the same wavelength here?
I don't believe the Reverend has an end to this insight.
I need to go up.
Are you trying to take him on by yourself?
No. I'm gonna go talk with them.
From way up the stairwell, you can hear the sound of feet moving in your direction.
Okay.
We gotta find this thing.
And it sounds like there's multiple footsteps coming
Fantastic.
down
Good.
the stairwell.
Reach out to the mural and I just start moving my hands around.
Yep.
All right. I believe she gave you all a clue. Do you remember what that clue might have been?
Okay.
Ooh, you all should find that very quickly.
As they're doing this, I run to the front of the group and I become that guard we killed.
Oh, nice. I take it in the non-dead bloody direction that you were assuming that.
Looked very good compared to his current state.
Yes, definitely so. Those footsteps are getting closer.
Oh, God.
They're getting much closer.
I walk up to the front and I walk up and I keep by the star. I walk up the steps.
And the Reverend begins
looking-
walking up the steps.
Looking specifically, I believe it was the depiction of the guard wielding a spear.
That's.
And then it was space, right?
Mm-hmm.
20, 19,
I begin
18.
to look for that depiction.
Oh, go ahead and give me a perception on that.
Can I?
Time is going.
Can I argue for investigation
Yeah.
instead?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm kind of looking.
Can I
Yeah.
assist?
Yeah.
24.
24. In the moment of just sheer, unadulterated panic, so to speak, Vaughn locked eyes right on the guard.
Oh.
On the mural. You could see what you were looking for there. Boop. Press it. As he presses on the guard and the shield, just like she said, it's strange. There's this little click sound, and on this very silent hinge, you can actually see the brick slide open, and it creates an opening that goes down into the earth. And that is where we're going to wrap up our episode this week. So, again, join us for our How to Play coming up next week. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that. Last time it was a really fun and exciting time. And then we'll be back on June 11th for our regular session, and then the 18th. But then also you can join us live at the 24th at Origins here in Columbus. So hopefully we'll see you there. Thank you.
Rizzo might be there.
Rizzo might be there. You never know. You all have yourselves a wonderful time, and thank you so very much for joining us, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.